Okay. Okay, I think I have everything set up right. Oh, fuck, then I immediately hit the thing my microphone's sitting on. I'm doing great! I'm great at this! I'm gonna make sure the sound is coming through correctly, which means I need to look at my phone. Okay, I don't actually know because... What the hell? What is wrong with my phone? It's not telling me if there's audio. Hopefully there's audio! I fucking hope there's audio! Okay, okay, there's going to be briefly double audio. My apologies. Maybe. There might be double audio, I don't know. My phone's still frozen. Isn't this great? Isn't this great? Aren't I great at streaming? Isn't this fantastic? Load, you goddamn... No, it just says no. It just says no, I will not be loading. The little things on OBS make it look like I have audio, so hopefully I do. Oh, and now it's just... the internet's not working. Okay, can I... Please? Please? Pretty please? Pretty please? Can I have less scuff? Can I have less scuff? Pretty please? Pretty please? Pretty please? Goddamn motherfuck. You hate me. You stupid phone. See, I would just start, but I don't, like I recorded, it should be working. I tested things, but I don't trust after the first near stream I did, and you couldn't hear anything I was saying, and I don't trust any of my setup at all. I could be streaming with my microphone in a fucking tissue box and I would be feeling better, more confident than this. Yes, it is a reference to what you think it is. Okay. Alright. Alright, great. At least I can see that nobody is watching but me. Thank God. Thank Christ. Thank everyone. Thank some reference to this game. I can't think about that right now. Well, we will simply hope that it is streaming and it is streaming correctly. I guess I can check on this. Maybe. Potentially, is it working? Oh, it looks like it's working. Okay. Okay. So theoretically I could... Wait. I might already... No? Okay, so it's working on the... we are going to briefly pause the game audio. Maybe I didn't mean to do it that way actually though. Ha 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 ha. Ha ha. Okay, give me a second. Go back to the thing. Okay, can I hear myself? Am I really quiet, or is it the... Fuck you. Shut up. You're so loud. Okay. Okay, I think I'm fine. Alright, intro, scuff, that's really great. Okay, I'm gonna mute that. I'm gonna unmute that. It's so fucking loud. I know I adjusted the audio so it's not as loud compared to my voice in OBS, but God, on my computer is so loud. Apollo, you are loud. I think that's a character trait. Okay, okay, okay. Now that I am... Oh, the audio's not actually... There we go. Now that I have confirmed that everything is not broken, and at least should be working to an extent, let's play a game! Okay, game selection. Yes, that one. New game. I have not played any of this trilogy. I have played the other trilogy. I am streaming, not so much because I want to stream, but more because I really want to play this game. But I decided I would stream it, so that means I have to stream now. Oh, somebody is doing art. Me too, dude. Man, the animation in this is good compared to the last one. Ooh. Oh, maybe it was just the menu music that was really loud. Oh! Oh! I know who it is! Oh, shit! We're just going right into this. I thought we'd maybe, like, start with Apollo and then go into this part, but no, we're starting with this guy. Ah! Oh, shit. Immediate... Hello? Who's murdering who here? What is happening? See, I know vaguely a little bit about the timeline in these games, like the events of everything, but I don't actually know what's happening. I know that our favorite lawyer got disbarred. Something like that. I should probably be reading this, but it's just going really fast. Me, please. The cop should be here any minute. We're going to see our favorite guy, our favorite cop, the only good cop. I mean, your hands shouldn't come to that. Hello? Who is he calling? Is he... Hello? Ah, the most familiar room. Wait a minute. Has that picture of the judge always been in the defendant lobby? I don't remember it. That's funny. Oh, fuck. Is it not registering my fucking controller this time? Come on. There we go. Come on. Okay. Yes, this. Come on. Oh, it's because I didn't have it selected. Palm sweaty. Mom spaghetti. Okay, I need to make sure. Okay, OBS is still fine because apparently I had it selected instead of the game. Okay. I can admit it. I'm nervous. Apollo! It's Apollo. Ah, good morning. I don't know who this character is. Fuck, it's Kristoff! Good morning, sir! You look tense, Justice. Wound up tight. Okay. Wound up, sir? No! I'm loose. I'm fine. Don't say that, Apollo. That screeching noise. Is that your voice? I suppose it's to be expected. God, this motherfucker. Wow. Your first trial and it's a homicide. I guess justice doesn't start small, eh? Okay, I was gonna say German fuck, but I don't know if they're actually German or not. I think they're not, but I would choose to believe that they are. I got up at 5 a.m. to do my cords of steel voice workout. I'm fine. I'm Apollo Justice and I'm fine. Ah, that explains it. I did detect a certain rasping chord. I overdid it again. This motherfucker. As you know, your client today is a good friend of mine. Okay. Does the 3D animation maybe not start till the next game? I know it's in the next game. I wouldn't want to let him down if you get my drift. I'm sure you don't. I'm sure you don't. Drift gotten, sir! I'm all over that drift! Why does he say it? Why? Oh, he's such an awkward boy. As it happens, I dined with him the night of the murder. We can't let this case fall through. Yes, yes, I'm fine, sir! I'm apologizing and I'm fine! One more thing, don't say you're fine quite so much. People might take you the wrong way. I'll be preparing our case. You might want to introduce yourself to the client. Oh, I wonder who the client is. Is it... Oh, I can't think of... What do people call him? I don't remember. There's a nickname for him, but I can't think of what it is. My name is Apollo Justice, and I'm fine. If it isn't clear already, I'm a new attorney, and today is my first trial. Not that I'm worried or anything. The defendant has been accused of murder. My boss wants to help him out, of course, and so do I. I mean, there's no way he did it. Not him, no way. There is! Hobo Phoenix. Whoa! Why does he looks... I love... Good morning! Dead silence. Morning. It's all up to you today. First trial. Nervous. Meeting him. Cardiac arrest! I think I'm supposed to say something. Help! So, you're... Fine! I'm fine! Mr. Fine, is it? I did remember you having an odd name. You're one to talk! Well, we're off to a great start. Are you sure you're okay? I mean, with me? Mr. Gavin is a top-notch defense attorney. He's a something. Oh, whoops. Okay. And he's your friend. Haha. So why? Oh, I love the art here. Okay, you'll see. You can do it. Be confident. I'm really sorry this happened to you. I mean, Oh, I never knew his hat said Papa. That's so fucking cute. Did Trucy get it for him? It's time, shall we? I love how it has the question marks. Like, I guess, considering he has the hat on, we don't see his most defining feature, but I don't know. I guess it's not obviously him. It's obviously him because I know who he is, but... Again, I know things about this game, but I don't know the, like, timeline. I know the... characters, I know some of the major events, I don't know like the actual trials themselves. First trial, here comes justice! Hee. April 20th, 10 a.m., District Court, courtroom number 2. The same judge as always. Oh my god, his hair looks atrocious. Not the judge, the pain. The court is now in session. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is, fine, I mean ready, Your Honor. Mind going blank, don't panic. He's so cute. I love you, Apollo. Your name was Mr. Justice, and this is your first trial. Yes, Your Honor. But I'm fine, really. Are you quite sure? Your voice sounds a bit strained. Cough, cough. Mr. Gavin. Yes, Your Honor. I was under the impression that you would be heading up this case. That was my intention, yes. However, a defense attorney must always see to his client's wishes. And my client specifically requested Mr. Justice. Wow, I wonder why. I wonder why he didn't want you. Well, of course he wants justice. Of course he wants justice! But to entrust his case to this greenhorn, why? I do not exaggerate when I say that you're the best attorney in town, Mr. Gavin. Okay, so Gavin's got trial experience, fine, but does he have cords of steel? I love you. He's so silly. Then let's begin. The defendant may enter the courtroom. Wow. Who's this guy? We don't know who he is. This is truly an unfortunate turn of events. I'm sorry we had to meet again under these circumstances. Long time no see, Mr. Wright. Let's put the past behind us, shall we? These days, I'm merely Phoenix Wright. Piano player. Yeah, piano player. That's what he does. Mr. Wright, how could this have happened? I won't speak of it further then. If the prosecution would be so kind as to explain the charges, Mr. Payne. His hair is atrocious.
To think I saw you enter this room a fresh attorney and now I'll see you leave in chains.
Ah, Winston Payne. Subtle as ever, I see. His hair looks so bad.
The crime occurred at the Borscht Bowl Club, a Russian restaurant. The defendant, Phoenix Wright, took the victim, a customer, and he hit him! Wham! On the head! Smack! Killed him cold!
A customer at the restaurant, you say? And the defendant, you say he was?
The pianist for the club, it seems.
Phoenix Wright. A pianist? He already said that!
This is the weapon that took the victim's life, a bottle of grape juice.
Yeah, it's a bottle of grape juice.
Grape juice is apparently our defendant's drink of choice.
Okay. The court accepts the deadly bottle as evidence. Deadly bottle added to court record. Deadly bottle! I love that it's just a grape juice. Just call it grape juice. Something to note, Justice. All evidence is filed in the court record. Make a practice of checking it frequently. The court record. Right! I've heard of that. Use that button to look at the evidence so far. How did you make that noise with your mouth? I had this open so I could see the thing and then it's not... Okay. I forgot I had my phone open for the chat and now my little stand is not standing. Please stand better. Stand, that is your name for it. Okay, there we go. I'm confident in your ability to handle this. Right, just use... How did you... Okay, I guess he didn't say that, so this doesn't know how did you make that noise with your mouth. Sounds like it's time for some hands-on action. Right, bumper. Yes! How long did I yearn for one of these? Just putting it on makes me feel ready. Smith's autopsy report. Time of death was around 2 a.m. on the 17th. Death caused by a single blow to the forehead. Sub-basement. It's Borscht Bowl Club. Okay. Grape juice. Oh, we gotta do this here. Okay. Grape juice. How long has it been since I drank grape juice? Aren't you too young to drink quote-unquote grape juice? Apparently, it's Mr. Wright's favorite drink. Wonder how well it goes with borscht. I don't know what the fuck borscht is. I'm probably saying it wrong. I looked up some German words for this game. I did not look up any Russian words. The bottle is completely empty. Let's see. Shady Smith. Okay. Unknown age, male, between 145 and 215. Cause of death, cerebral hemorrhaging resulting from blunt trauma to forehead. Ah, there we go. Boss at Gavin Law offices, I can't talk. A first-rate defense attorney and my trusted mentor. Don't trust him. Pianist at the Borscht Bowl Club, formerly an ace defense attorney of some renown. Of some renown? He's 33 now. Shady Smith, the victim in this case. Traveler, only recently back in country. The prosecuting attorney. For all experience, he lacks a certain presence. Aw, the, rookie killer, I think is what he's called? I don't remember. So, the victim was a customer at this restaurant. But just who was this, Shady Smith fellow?
We believe he was a traveler, Your Honor.
A traveler?
According to his passport, he had been out of the country for a number of years. He'd only returned to this country recently, though his place of residence is unclear. And he had some... that's not Payne talking, that's a judge. And he had some sort of connection with the defendant? That, too, is unclear at present, Your Honor. We declare they believe they first met at the Borscht Bowl Club on the night of the crime.
Doing his voice is hard. But I'm trying to match his objection voice. If they only just met, then why murder? Perhaps the victim slighted the defendant's piano playing?
That doesn't appear to have been the case. No, the motive had nothing to do with the defendant's lack of playing skill. At least not piano playing. I'll let this photo explain what I mean.
As we can see, a game of poker was in progress at the scene of the crime. Wait a second. Isn't poker gambling? That's a crime in and of itself!
Indeed, it appears our defendant has fallen to become the basest sort of criminal.
It is true the defendant was engaged in a game of poker with the victim, yet it was only that, a game in the purest sense. A competition, Your Honor.
Competition?
Yes, a test of wits, a silent clash of passions. Only the cards, their backs wreathed in blue flame, know its final outcome. Okay, melodramatic fucker. Come again?
The cards on the table have blue backs, Your Honor. I believe the defense was waxing poetic in an attempt to mystify those present and impress women.
That will become our first order of business here, then. To impress women. To find out more about this fatal game of cards. Oh, I remember what people call him. They call him Beanix because he has the fucking beanie on. Okay, I remembered it suddenly. Okay, cool. Very well, defendant. You will testify to the court about the poker competition held the night of the crime. My pleasure.
This is it. My first trial. Here goes nothing.
The competition. I'm a pianist by trade, yet I hardly play at all. My real job is to take on interested customers over at the poker table. The room where we play and the competition in there are the club's main attractions. The rules are simple. We play a game of poker using 2 decks of cards. That's all it is, a game. And our customers are happy. So no gambling involved, just playing games. A pianist who can't play piano.
Better than a defense attorney who can't defend.
Very well. The defense may begin the cross-examination.
Right, Your Honor.
My first cross-examination. Don't blow it! Are you alright? You're sweating bullets. Bullets? Where? It's a figure of speech, Justice. Your voice sounds strained and raspy, too. Something joke about blowing. My brain feels strained and raspy, sir. You've watched me perform cross-examinations many times, though you've never done one yourself, have you? Care for a refresher? What to do? Should I ask Mr. Gavin for a refresher? No. I know how to cross-examine. No need for help here, sir. I think I've got this one covered. I think you'd better do more than think. You know it, or you do not. I'm fine! I'm Justice! Apollo Justice, and I'm fine. Cords of steel are ready for battle. My weapon, press and present. Find any inconsistency, any lies in the testimony, and reveal them to the court. That is cross-examination. I know! Learn it, know it, do it. I'm trying to! Shut up! Inconsistency, lies. Phoenix Wright? As if Phoenix Wright would never lie, and it's up to me to prove it. The defense may begin the cross-examination. Let's see, I'm a pianist by trade, yet I hardly play at all. Left bumpers. Press. Okay. His voice is deeper than I was thinking it would be. You can hardly play? Oh, I play sometimes, when customers demand it. So I play them one song. That's usually all they want. Was that supposed to be a boast just now? No, that's definitely a self-deprecation. The title of pianist is a mask, a respectable face I wear for the world at large. Then why are you really at the Borscht Bull Club? We fucking know this! Yeah, it's leading into the next line. Yes, yes, yes. They pay you just to play poker. That would seem to be the case. I am a professional, after all.
Do I detect pride in that statement? It's just hard for an honest, hardworking member of society like me to imagine.
Yes. Your imagination was always a bit limited, Winston.
What?
I played poker for 7 years in that little room. And I've never lost. Once. What? You see why the customers come now. Defeat the undefeated poker champion. It's quite a draw. That is. I am quite a draw. Oh, I'm Phoenix Wright and I'm so sexy. Wait, you've never lost once? Not even one time? As I said, I'm a professional. He's good at bluffing. That's his whole fucking thing. He's played poker for 7 years and not lost once. Was that even possible? The room where we play in the competition in there are club's main attractions. The rules. Oh, fuck. Yes, okay. Press every statement, blah, blah, blah. The room in the crime scene photo is an attraction. It has quite a history, actually. The Borscht Bull Club used to be a gathering spot for black market types back in the day. Black market. Well, in the past, things like the black market are only on the silver screen nowadays. Suffice it to say that there were a lot of deals being made under the table. Right there in that room. A smoky room, gambling hoods, you know. Just looking at this picture makes me feel bad. The bosses gather around the table, cutting deals safe from the eyes of the law. Meanwhile, a goon keeps watch through the small window. I can practically picture it now. That window does look like it would be good for keeping a lookout, but little else. There were but a few other tricks to it, but it was a common knowledge to our regulars. At any rate, they come to play poker in a room steeped in history. Despite the dark past, it was all just good, clean fun. The rules are simple. We play a game of poker using 2 decks of cards. Okay. I don't know how to play poker. 2 decks of cards. A simple measure to prevent cheating. If you alternate 2 decks, no one can slip in cards. Okay. There's something else I noticed. In addition to the cards on the table, there are some lying scattered on the floor. Precisely. Cards on the table, cards upon the floor, each one forming a complete deck. Crime scene painted blue by a sad sweep of cards. It's poetic, really. Incidentally, we used 2 types of card at the club. One deck of cards was red, the other blue. As I recall, in poker you make 5-card hands. You can see how it would be easy to cheat. Heh. Yes, a game of hands. I don't get it. This competition you're talking about? I believe the court understands the nature of the game sufficiently. That's right! It was a simple game, after all. Are you sure? Huh? People are not murdered over simple games, Mr. Justice. I mean, if people get fucking pissed off enough. Defendant, you were in the room the very moment that crime occurred. Yet you claim no connection to the crime? Now, that's strange. What's strange? I was testifying about the competition that night. Asking me about the crime at this point is against the rules, Your Honor. Of course, I expected to hear a cry of objection from the defense. I completely let that one slip by. Don't despair yet, Justice. Sir? Right. There's something I'd like made clear. Namely, your connection to the case at hand. And I'd like to hear it from you. Sure. Why not? I like how shady Phoenix is now. It's fun. Very well, the defendant will amend his testimony. Good old Beanix, we love you, Beanix. What the fuck? Just one little press. Okay, wait, can I... Okay, no. Give me a second. Shut up. I don't care. I want to... this? I'm having a hard time reading it sometimes, so... There we go. I plead silence regarding the murder, but I will say I never touched the murder weapon. Why does it have your fingerprints on it then? Silence. The defendant has the right to refuse to testify. I haven't forgotten everything about the law. But why? That clearly puts you at a disadvantage. And it's your job to turn that around in our favor. Yes? He's testing you, Apollo! Great, like I didn't have enough to do already. Justice, didn't you detect anything odd about that testimony? Huh? Wait, something he said did ring a little strangely. Just one thing. Now, what was it? When you figure it out, I suppose presenting evidence that contradicts his testimony. But why? Yes, isn't it a little early to be jumping to conclusions? This is your first cross-examination. Take it slow. Then let me go. It has your fingerprints on it. Oh, wait, no. It's, X, right? Is it the same as... No, what is the... Y is present. That's weird. So you say you didn't touch the murder weapon, this grape juice bottle, right? So I said. Something the matter, Mr. Justice? Are you stupid?
Too bad our new defense attorney never learned how to play dumb.
What's this, Mr. Payne? Sorry for the noise. I am eating M&Ms. I am hungry.
I examined the bottle in question, you see, and it was covered with the defendant's fingerprints.
Objection! No need to shout, Mr. Justice. I can hear you just fine. You. Excess yelling can damage the judge's ears and our case. But what about my cords of steel? Let him use his cords of steel. Anyway, what's so strange about fingerprints on a bottle in a restaurant? Well, that's true. The prints alone don't prove he did it.
Objection! Oh, they wouldn't prove a thing if they were normal fingerprints.
Huh?
But the fingerprints on the murder weapon were upside down.
Upside down? What does that mean?
It means he was holding the bottle inverted, and there can be only one reason for that.
A schmack.
Yes.
Look at this. He's so smug.
To brain someone with the bottle.
I love the expressions. Mr. Gavin, I think she just took a turn for the worse. Oh? I see no problem, Justice. Of course you don't. Huh? The only thing that matters is the truth. There's a good reason for everything. We'll see. Okay. Give me un momento. I want to grab fuzzy socks. My feet are cold. Okay, I have returned. No, don't do that. I would like to see it now. Can you explain the fingerprints on this bottle to the court? I stand by my plea of silence regarding the murder. Stop pleading the fifth! You're making everything worse for everyone! Oh, hello. I didn't even see the random chat messages because my phone keeps dying. Not dying, but turning off. Here, can I pop out the chat on my phone so I can actually see it without it being stupid? No, it doesn't want me to. It doesn't want to be nice to me. It wants to be very mean. What if I do that here? I know what I'm doing really good. I know there is a way to do, like, pop out chat, but it won't let me do it, and I don't know how. You know what? Whatever. But why has the sound not... Why is the sound not sounding? Okay, that's why. I'm stupid. For now. Not very cooperative, are you? This could hurt your case.
I'm sure he's uncooperative because he's hiding something. There must be some reason.
I mean, if he's pleading the fifth, that means he's going to, like, it's incriminating, so yeah. Your Honor, you seem to have forgotten something. And what might that be, Mr. Gavin? On the night of the crime, who was it that reported the murder to the police? Reported?
Well, that was a defendant, Mr. Wright, but still that...
Really?
Yes, well, according to the case file, the murder was reported from near the scene by a call from the defendant's cell phone.
Near the scene?
Let's take a look at a diagram of the murder scene, shall we?
The victim was murdered in a small room in a basement 2 floors down from ground level. Of course, cell phones can't get reception so far down. The defendant used the stairs in this hallway to go above ground. The call came from the first floor of the restaurant. There's the piano. What the fuck is on the piano? What? Wait, what is on the piano? Okay, you know what? Sure, why not? Something fucking weird. I see, and this is the phone that made the call. He still has that shitty old phone. Use by the defendant to notify the police from the restaurant's first floor. No comment on the fact that it's a super old phone. The defendant could have just fled the scene of the crime if he so chose. Yet, he fulfilled his duty as a citizen and reported it to the authorities. And you claim he is being uncooperative? Nice save, Mr. Gavin. You better not waste this. I think the prosecution has toyed with our client enough for the time being.
Toyed? I assure you no one is more serious about.
What was it you said? The defendant was in the room the very moment that the crime occurred. How can you possibly know this? That's a good question. How indeed? The answer is simple, Your Honor. The prosecution has a decisive witness.
You're as good as they say you are.
So someone else was in the room the night of the crime. Fuck. That must mean they witnessed the crime. They're a witness, so yes, that's how that works. Everything up until now has been a warm-up, Justice. Are you ready? I mean, this entire case is a warm-up. It's the tutorial case. Very well, the prosecution may call its first witness to the stand. Oh, who are you? You're cute.
The witness will state her name and profession.
Oh, hold on just a moment. Where's the witness?
I surmise that she has been frightened by the defense's demonic-looking horns.
So I use a little hair gel. Relax, people. Have no fear. If any horns point in your direction, this court will cut them off. Please don't cut his hair. You are sure? I swear it on my gavel. Please, come out. Tell the world that you are gay. Isn't violence against hair a crime, Your Honor? Well, if you're sure it's okay. Oh, she probably should have a Russian accent. I will try. Now, the prosecution. Wait a minute. Would the prosecution care to explain the witnesses' paraphernalia?
Yes, she is a professional, Your Honor. Those are merely the tools of her trade.
And that would be?
My name is Oka Orly. I am employed as a waitress in the Borstable Club restaurant.
I can't. Then why the camera?
Of course, it is my pride to serve borscht at this naming restaurant. But I also perform, how it is said, other service.
I take it one of these other services is taking the customer's pictures.
Like, for example, this one.
That's the defendant?
Indeed, on the night of the murder. Man in white hat is one who has gone kaput.
Indeed, that is the victim. I don't know how to do a Russian accent. I'm doing my best. Order, order! This is quite a piece of evidence to casually drop into our laps.
It's the same way as I drop cold bowls of borscht in laps of customers. Casually.
Please don't do that. And the court will casually accept this new evidence. Olga's casual photo add to the casual court record. Put it, Mr. Smith at the Bullshit Club.
Now, witness, where were you at the time of the murder? I was in the room, the hideout, we call it.
Excuse me, the hideout?
It is a room where famous gangster, a bad guy, was arrested. It is a room where murder took place.
What?
Your look of utter surprise, it is lovely. I will post my courtroom door later for you. Photos will be numbered and you will write which ones you want a copy of.
So there were 3 people in the room at the time of the crime. The victim, Shady Smith, Mr. Wright, and Olga Orley, our witness. And if Mr. Wright isn't the killer, that means it's this little girl. Very well, witness. You will testify to the court about that night's events. Witness testimony. That fateful night.
That night, a customer asked me to deal cards for a game. It was cold. Both players played with hats on. The victim, he plays whole time with his hand on locket at his neck. Then last hand is done, but something terrible has happened. That man flew at the victim and is strangling him to death.
That's not how he was killed, though. Incidentally, who won the game? Isn't it obvious the winner was the victim, Mr. Smith? Objection! Cords of steel. That's ridiculous, because Mr. Right can't lose! Justice. Maybe you can come up with a more legitimate objection. I can't talk. But he hadn't lost in 7 years.
Take it from me, kid. It happens. I didn't lose a case my first 7 years as prosecutor either. Incidentally, I have some evidence here.
These are the poker chips that they lay at the very moment of the crime. Wait, I want to see the ace, 7, 7, 7, king, 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 ace, ace. Okay, I don't know enough about poker, but I'm pretty sure the hand by the bottle is the better one. The hand of the chips on this side belong to the defendant, Mr. Wright.
Those on the far side belong to the victim, Mr. Smith.
Chips, you say?
Yeah, I mean, yes, imagine that poker is war. Your hand is your army and the chips are the spoils.
I know that. After all, in my youth, I was known as the poker head of courtroom number 3. We are in courtroom number 2. I think he means poker face. Looking at this picture, it does seem that most of the chips are on the victim's side of the table. I wasn't even looking at the chips, I was looking at the hands. Very well, the defense may cross-examine the witness. Oh, the little faces. Okay, how do I... Is it this button? Yes, okay, we are going to save. Just because I'm pretty sure... Why can... Wait a minute, we're doing this real quick. Gameplay, text skip, on. Okay, I'm pretty sure time of death was a single blow to the forehead. Present. I'm pretty sure it's that. Oh, really? Strangled, you say? That's odd.
Yeah, normal customers only choke on borscht.
No, I mean this report shows that the victim died of a blow to the head. Miss Orley, really now? Did you witness the crime? That's impressive. Looking at the picture, it doesn't seem like he was hit. He's still wearing his hat and everything.
Yeah, it is a fact that he was hit, Your Honor.
Damn.
Here's a photo we took of the victim with his hat off during our investigation.
Well, that's quite shocking, isn't it? This head certainly was hit. Crime photo 2 added to the court record.
But I have seen it happen. The defendant, he lunged at the victim, his neck.
Oh, really, Miss Orley? I think I've caught you in your own lie this time. Justice. I admire your enthusiasm, but perhaps you should think this through once more. What do you mean? I found a contradiction! There's one thing in her testimony that troubles me. Very well. It seems we should continue the cross-examination. There's such a thing as thinking too much. This horse is dead. Let's stop beating it. There's such a thing as thinking aloud too much, too.
That night, customer asked me to deal cards for game.
Okay, we're gonna press everything, I guess. You were dealing cards? Do you do this often?
Yeah, I am doing this. If customer wishes it, I serve anything. Borscht, cards, more borscht. It is my work.
It's good to hear of a place that hasn't forgotten the meaning of service.
Welcome you to Borscht Club. The Borscht Bowl Club, where borscht is as warm as waitresses.
Thank you for not handing out flyers during the cross-examination.
It was cold.
It's already April. How could it be cold? It was 2 floors down into the fucking basement.
At Borscht Bowl Club, we have pride on authentic rustic Russian restaurant theme. Outside it is city in spring, but inside it is always cold as Mother Russia.
No way am I going there.
When it comes to hot borscht, cold is best seasoning, that. The victim, he plays whole time with his hand on the locket at his neck.
Okay, tell me about that. His locket?
I believe it was good luck charmed, yeah? He gripped it many times as he played that night.
Yes, he must have felt as though it might carry him to the moon and the stars. Though it were small enough to fit around his neck, it couldn't have much lift. The defense would like a clarification. This is a locket we're talking about? I mean a pendant with a picture in it, right? Not a rocket? Of course! I knew that! It was probably a pendant shaped like a rocket. That's why she called it that. A rocket. No, a locket's a locket. It doesn't matter what... It's considered bad form to poke fun at the hard of hearing in our society. Hard of hearing or hard of understanding?
So what happened next? It's in last hand, it's done, but something terrible has happened, yeah?
Something terrible? Question mark, exclamation point, question mark, exclamation. I can't say that word right. The defense will refrain from needless shouting! Sorry. I need to seriously reconsider this vocal training thing.
Now, Miss Orley, can you tell us what happened? Oh, I was so frightened. Yeah, I trembled with fear. After the defendant tried to strangle victim, he hit him with a bottle.
Hold it. You didn't say anything about hitting before!
So sorry, I must be forgetting this, yeah?
Witness, you will take greater care with your testimony.
Oh, yeah, I am sorry, Your Honor. And that clears up the discrepancy with the autopsy report. I believe the defendant made to strangle his victim, then changed his mind and chose a simpler, blunter means to do the job. Yes, that sums it up nicely.
So he strangled him, then hit him? Something's fishy about all this. Go ahead, I believe you know what it is you need to do. Right, sir! Leave it to me! There were only 3 people in the room at the time of the murder. The victim, Shady Smith, Mr. Wright, and if Mr. Wright isn't the killer. I've got you now, Orley!
That night,
it was called Victim and Unlock It at Nathan's last hand is done. I would like to... No, not hit... I would like to look at this. He does not have a necklace on. He does not have a necklace on. I'm not confident enough. I haven't played this for a while, so we are going to save again, but I'm pretty sure that's probably it. I mean, it's the fucking tutorial level. It has to be obvious. Present. Present? Here's a present! Present. Okay, you know, there was only one curious part in her testimony, just like Mr. Gavin said. But what does it mean? Mr. Justice, would you care to explain what it is you're thinking so intensely about? Recall the testimony, Your Honor. The victim played with his hand on locket at his neck, I believe she said?
I hope you weren't about to raise an objection to the witness's grammar.
No, but look at this photograph. Look at this photograph! Do you see a locket on the victim's neck? Well done, Justice. I'm impressed. You'd be able to handle this? But what does it mean? If we are to believe this witness's testimony as is, then the locket disappeared following the victim's death. Lockets don't just disappear, Your Honor. It's quite simple when you think about it. If the locket is gone, someone must have taken it off. No. Taken it off? Wait, you don't mean... The defendant wasn't strangling the victim at all. He was taking off his locket. Wouldn't that explain it? Ah! Defendant! What do you have to say to this? Smirk. Say. Yes? I just noticed this, but... You have something hanging around your neck, don't you? Oh? You mean this? Yes, it's a locket with a photograph inside. A photo of my daughter. Yeah! Come again! Mr. Wright, you have a daughter?
We confirmed it at the time of the arrest. The picture in the locket is indeed Mr. Wright's daughter.
Can we see the picture of Trucy? Can we see the picture of Trucy, please? So Mr. Wright has a locket too? Why don't I buy that this is just a coincidence? I have a feeling that... well, now, if the results of the poker game led to the murder, perhaps we should hear a bit more about the outcome of the game.
Further testimony won't really be necessary. It's clear the defendant lost badly.
Hey, Miss Orley, you will testify to the court about the game played between the victim and the defendant. Serious competition.
The game began with 3,500 points in chips for each man. House chips come in two sizes, small and large. And the one who was winning died was the victim. For last hand, defendant play with all chips on table and lose. The moment loss was decided, defendant grabs the bottle from table and...
That doesn't go with what you said. Indeed, looking at this picture, it does seem to be a one-sided game. Whoops.
As the court knows, poker was a defendant's life. Failure must have been a bitter pill to swallow.
Ah, how many times have I heard those words? I done it in a I done it in a fit of anger, Your Honor, and now I regret what I done. A common tale, but true. Methinks the judge watches too many old court movies. Pa-pa-pa-pa-pa. Mr. Wright said he hasn't lost in 7 years, so this testimony must be wrong. That's not how that works, Apollo. I mean, you're probably right, but it's still not how that works. Serious competition. A game. I don't really think I need to trust it. Okay. Elaborate. I want to learn about poker. Are the chips in this photo all the chips that were used?
Of course.
Something fishy with these chips. Should I press harder? Wait, I will, but I want to know about... No. I want to... 35 points in... Okay. Okay, are those the usual starting points, or any special rules used?
No, not special. Usual game, usual rules.
If each man began with 3,500 points, and the total would be... exactly 700 points. 7,000. Please, this isn't calculus. It's not even long division.
House chips come in two sizes, small and large.
The chips in the photos, all the chips that were used. 2, 3, 4, 6. There's an even number of both kinds.
Duh, of course.
Yes, maybe you could explain a bit about these chips.
Explain? What is there to be explained?
I want to know how the points work. Like, explain, okay, poker chips are poker chips. They're not fish and chips, not a chip off the old block, not a motorcycle cop, not a... Thanks. That I've pressed her, I'd better ask something. What are these chips worth? Yes, there we go! Rubles, even?
Yeah, as I've been saying before, it was game, not gambling. Or perhaps for capitalists to understand. Two types of chips, 100 point and 1,000 point chip. It is not money, da.
Justice? Sir! Don't you find her comment interesting? In more ways than one, sir. I'd have it added to her testimony myself. Well, add to testimony. Yes, I do think this deserves scrutiny. Added to testimony. I wish I knew it. I know where I'm going with this.
To die, Your Honor.
Okay. Okay, 100 and 1,000. I want to look at the picture of the thing. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, the big ones have to be the 100 points, and that's 1,000. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, okay, no, they're all there then. That's 1,000. That's 7,000 altogether, unless I can't fucking count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times 100 is 1,000. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Red chips, if those are each 1,000, is 6,000, plus 1,000 is 7,000. Okay, I was thinking something would be... there'd be a discrepancy there, but there's not. Mr. Gavin said this testimony is important. To be honest, I have no idea why. Mr. Justice, do the court a favor and think of what you want to say before raising your hand. We are not in kindergarten. Yeah, sorry, I'm fine. I better think of something to ask, and quick. The two types of chips.
Yeah?
The small ones are 100 and the big ones 1,000? Right. Of course. No, they're not. It's like golf. They're backwards.
Don't waste our time.
Is that all? Yeah. Oh, great, Mr. Gavin made me stop her, and now I'm the one who looks dumb. Oh, Justice? Please try not to embarrass me like that. Huh? Who? Me? There's a clear contradiction to the information you have in your hands. What? The simple matter of calculation. Go on, try it. We're not in kindergarten, after all. calculation. Okay, wait, let me look at it. I'm 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh! Oh no! Okay, no, the one who was winning was definitely not the defender, not the victim. Because he has 1, 2, 3, 4, he has 5, 8, that's 800, 2,800, but Phoenix had like 4,100, so it's worth 2 kinds in all. She knows it wasn't, though. Oh, fuck, that's not what I meant to do.
Gotta not to make sure it would break cameras, certainly. Chips, they went always to the victim's side of table. The one-sided and... Oh, my last hand.
Yeah, shut up. I need to remember how to save, because I don't know anything. Okay, I'm gonna present that here because that's incorrect. Please tell me I have it right. Okay, the music stopped. You're sure it was the victim who won? Absolutely sure.
It seems our new attorney is a bit confused. A glance at the picture is enough to tell you who won. If you're not in kindergarten.
Just for safety's sake, could you explain the problem to the court? Of course, Your Honor. In this photo, I see small chips and I see large chips. Tell me, which were worth 1,000 points? Why, the big ones, of course, duh. Oh, I thought so too. But then the totals don't add up. The totals? Let's review what the witness told us. Each man started with 3,500 points in chips, and the combined total value of the chips was 7,000 points. Yes, if my calculations are correct. Let's see. 3 plus 1, carry the 5. They are, Your Honor. Now, look at this photo that allegedly shows all the chips. If big chips are worth 1,000 points and the small chips are worth 100, and you add them up,
how much is it?
Do it yourself. You aren't in kindergarten, are you? 10,600 points. The chips don't add up. This clearly contradicts the witness's testimony, except that's...
But why? How could this be?
Exactly. Justice. Now that you know the what, you must determine the why. Right. There's only one possible way to explain this contradiction. The chip count was wrong. The chip count was right, and the starting points were right. It's the other way around with how they're... Each man began a game with 3,500 points. While the chips are indeed shown in this photograph, there can be only one answer. Well, what is it? The value of the chips was the other way around.
What?
Want to know what I think? The small chips were worth 1,000 points, not the big ones.
Madness, utter madness.
Show me that photograph of the chips again. There are 6 small chips, 10 large chips. Why, that does make 7,000 points when you add them up. Excellent work, Justice. Thank you, Kristoff. I hate you. It's almost as if you figured it out by yourself. I did. Well, I'm just glad I was the one who said it.
Objection! But wait, the value of the chips may be different, but that changes nothing.
Indeed, the victim did have the larger number of chips. That's not how math works. That's not how math works. Ah, exactly. If the small chips are 1,000 points and the large chips are 100, let's do a little math. Add up the points for each side of the table. The victim, Mr. Smith, had 2,900 points, and the defendant had 4,100 points. Well, now, okay, I did the math wrong earlier. Ignore me. It seems that Mr. Wright was winning that night after all.
That's impossible!
My client had even less reason to kill the victim. After all, he was winning!
Yeah!
Now, Miss Orley, you must have known the true value of the chips. Since you were there at the scene of the crime, weren't you? Order, order! It appears our defendant has lost his motive, and Mr. Wright's supposed defeat never happened. We must now ask ourselves whether we can excuse me? What is it, Miss Orley?
I did not want to be saying this, but actually, you see,
See what, Miss Orley? What
do we see? In the last hand, there was cheat.
But how?
A cheat?
You don't mean
A trick?
Wait, or do you mean a scam? They're all the same thing.
Yes, there was cheat in last hand. That is why game ends with chips as they are.
Great, just great. First we have lying, now cheating. Well, this case certainly has taken a turn. For the interesting... Oh, fuck, I ripped out my earbud, oh no. Okay, now I'm good. Oh, fuck, there goes my controller, shit, fuck. Okay. Witness, you will please testify to the court. Tell us about this cheating in the final hand. The final hand.
The last hand, both the men had full house. There is 4 of each card in deck from ace to king. If you look at both men's hand, cheat is more obvious. The next moment, game becomes argument died, and defendant's trick was exposed. He took bottle in his hand. Poor Mr. Smith.
Miss Orley, why did you not tell the court about this from the very beginning? I thought I smelled a cover up here. Well, folks, it's time to throw back the covers. A full house is a very high-scoring hand. Not easy to make, in my experience.
That alone is enough to suspect less than scrupulous tactics.
Mr. Gavin? What's a full house? It's this old TV show.
Lawyers these days, you don't know your poker?
I can't say this bodes well for your case or career. What is this? Some kind of secret court poker ring? Justice. You know the terms 1 pair, 2 pair, and 3 of a kind, yes? Yeah, no problem. 2 cards with the same number makes a pair, and 3 makes 3 of a kind. Good. Now picture a hand with 1 pair and 1 3 of a kind. That's a full house. Okay, I see. That doesn't sound very easy to make, does it? You can see each player's hand in this photo. They both had full houses. I don't know enough about poker, but I feel like the victim's hand is better because it has kings and aces. I don't know.
We forget there's an easy way to make a full house and go undefeated for 7 years. You cheat.
The defense may cross-examine the witness. If he did cheat in the last hand, that still leaves one important question. Mr. Wright lost that hand. Who's ever heard of a professional con man losing when they cheat? He has a point. The final hand. The last hand, both men had a full house. I don't really... How hard is it to make a whole full house anyways?
It is quite hard, guy. It is making a pair and 3 of a kind at the same time.
I guess that's right. Very difficult to be sure. You can take my words as poker head of courtroom number 3.
Very difficult, but it's not impossible.
Okay, full house, hard. Sign of questioning. A waste of time. There is 4 of each card in deck from ace to king. Oh. Wait. Oh, yeah, because there's too many aces. Right? Oh, no, let me look at the thing again. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean... it doesn't look like it's cheating. Unless I don't know something about poker. Because there's 1, 2, 3, 4 aces, which is how many there are, and there's 1 of each suit. And then there's 3 kings and 3 sevens. It's not obvious to me, I'm stupid. How is it clear?
Well, the defendant, he played a 5th ace.
Where? Girl, Are you fucking blind? Are you stupid? That's literally not what it was. Can you not see? That's literally incorrect. Girl, it appears the witness is mistaken.
Mistaken? What of my name?
Look, this piece of evidence clearly contradicts what you said in your testimony. That's the photo of the chips, is it not? Justice, perhaps you ought to explain your point in a way that the judge can comprehend. In other words, use your finger to point out your point. Yes, please point out the contradictions in this photo. I think she said he had 3, right? Miss Orley, in your testimony, you made the following claim. Mr. Smith's hand has 3 aces. But as you can clearly see, the victim's hand only held 2 aces.
Well, or maybe the witness was simply confused. Perhaps it was the defendant's hand that held the 3rd ace in question.
And take another look at the evidence. As you can see, the defendant also had 2 aces in his hand. Where's his 5th ace? I see cheating all right, and it's going on right here in this courtroom. God, I love him. 2 aces in each player's hand does make 4 aces total. Hardly proof of cheating.
Wait, please! It is true, I have seen it, the 5th ace! There was cheating, I swear to you!
That's odd. She must be lying, yet she's the most sincere I've seen her all day. What does your bracelet say? You're right to trust your instincts. Mr. Gavin, who knows what lies in store for us in the trial ahead? Your Honor, if I may, I have a suggestion. What might that be, Mr. Gavin? If you don't mind, perhaps we might examine the actual cards? The cards? Mr. Payne.
Yes?
The players' hands that night were set aside as evidence, were they not? The defense would like to request that the cards be shown to the court. Very well, the prosecution will submit this evidence. Which will you examine, the victim's cards or the defendant's cards? If these cards don't prove cheating was going on, nothing will. Now, which of these is more suspicious? I don't fucking know. So we save, because I don't trust myself. I would like to look at the victim's hand. It was the victim's hand that changed over the course of the witness's testimony. The defense requests time to examine blah 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 blah. If you would, very well.
Received evidence of victim's hand.
Well, time's a-wasting. Get to it, Justice. Yes, sir! When examining evidence, be sure to view it from all sides and angles. Try using the fucking Joy-Con, just say the Joy-Con, to turn it every which way, and wide X to zoom in and out. How did you say those things how did you make that noise with your mouth? That should give you a better perspective on the case. Okay, let's do this. Oh! Hi. I'm guessing, okay, the one blue, I think they said that, okay. The card backs are red. For some reason, I thought they were using blue cards in the final hand. Didn't you, Mr. Gavin? Huh? Oh, Oh, which was it now? Oh, you fucking idiot. What? Your Honor, look at this! One of the victim's cards. The back is a different color. It'd be funny if Godot was the one prosecuting this case. Because of the red-blue thing.
No, that's impossible. But I put that card in Wright's hand. Yeah!
What was that, Miss Orley?
No, yet, I merely said, I have eek.
Your Honor. Mr. Gavin, yes? Tell me, what is the easiest way to cheat at poker? To cheat? I'll tell you. One merely needs a friend, a comrade, shall we say. The dealer. Wait, so you mean this witness, Miss Orley? She's the cheater. A professional, I'd wager. I ripped out my earbud again. Come back. Order! Order! Focus, Justice. Time to take advantage of her. I mean, of her mistake! Please don't take advantage of her. Also, he's gay. Wait, what did he say? Your Honor, please recall the testimony we just heard.
That's impossible. But I put that card in Wright's hand.
Ergo! Okay, fucking Miles Edworth. Ergo, I say verily. Miss Olga Orley conspired to cheat, not with my client, but with the victim, Mr. Shady Smith.
Oh!
Not only did she cheat, she cheated poorly. Therefore, it's not hard to imagine an altercation between her and the victim. What? Wait, you don't mean the defense isn't accusing the witness, Miss Olga Orley? Are you? You should be used to this by now. This case involves Phoenix Wright. Time for justice. Lol. There were 3 people in the room at the time of the incident. And if Mr. Wright isn't guilty, that means I am. The defense accuses the witness, Miss Olga Orley, of murder. That's not how courts work, but okay. She is passed out. Not the funniest breakdown sprite, but it's still good. Mr. Payne, where is your witness, Miss Olga Orley?
It appears she has lost her consciousness, Your Honor.
Mr. Justice, Your Honor. It seems you've presented a new possibility to the court. One suggesting a connection between the witness and the victim, Mr. Smith. And that means this court cannot pronounce a verdict for the defendant at this time.
What?
I did it! I held out! I see no point in prolonging the trial this day. The prosecution will need to make further inquiries. Yay! Mr. Wright! You can't end the trial here, Your Honor. Not yet.
What nonsense is the defendant spewing now?
Think, one of the cards had a different colored back. Don't you wonder what it means?
Oh, what are you doing, Mr. Wright? Raising objections right when you're about to get off the hook? Ridiculous.
Mr. Payne, you of all people should know. Mr. Wright has a talent for the ridiculous. Indeed he does, and I love him for it. Perhaps we should get to the bottom of things. Let's clear up the facts about the game that fateful night. As was said before, we alternated between 2 decks of cards that night.
That was said before.
He just said that. The 2 decks at the club had different colored backs, blue and red. 1 color per deck. Why use different colored backs? If we use the same color, the 2 decks might get mixed. You use different colors and they still got mixed up. That's because somebody cheated! We used the red card for the red deck for the last game. I see, but that's odd. For some reason, I have this impression that you were using the blue cards. Yeah, me too. I'm sure someone said something about blue cards.
Whatever.
I bet it was him, because I don't remember either.
And 1 card of the wrong color got into the mix, which means there was cheating.
Yes, a card slipped into the deck would seem to indicate cheating. Yet, this card raises 2 serious questions. Apollo? Yes? On first name basis now, damn. Let's consider the first question, shall we? Are you mentoring me now? Swoon. Think, in the last game, when was the card swapped? When? There are 3 broad possibilities here. It could have been swapped before the murder, during the murder, or after the murder.
Well, yeah, thanks for the news bulletin, Mr. Wright. Of course it was swapped.
Oh? Might be as simple as you think, Mr. Payne, or it might not be. I'd like to hear what Apollo thinks first. When do you think the cards were swapped? When was the card swapped into the deck? I mean, I assume maybe after, actually, to give Phoenix a motive? Okay, I'm not saving this time. I feel like I'm right. Perhaps it happened after the murder?
What's that? Ridiculous. What's the point of cheating after the hands have been shown? That's silly.
Yes, but tell me, how did you swap cards during the game? I'll take silly over impossible.
Take it from me, son. There's a lot of silly in this world, but very little impossible.
Oh, even when the backs of the cards are a different color, if you pulled that during the game, you'd be caught in no time. Ah, quite true. That would mean that the blue card in question was swapped after the hands were shown, after the murder.
Okay, this is going past silly and straight on to crazy. I ask again, what's the point of cheating after the game's over? Who would do that?
Who indeed? It's one of the mysteries before us. There's another. Yes, a simple yet decisive question must be asked. Who swapped the red card for a blue card? Who? The game and a murder is done. The victim is dead. Only 2 remain in the room. Alive, that is. The defendant, Phoenix Wright, and our witness, Olga Orley. Okay, so who was it that swapped the red card for a blue? I'm guessing Olga Orley because she wanted to cover up the evidence of the cheating. No. Sorry, but there's a problem with that explanation. The swap card was from the wrong deck. Notice the blue card was stuck into a red hand. Mixing a card from the wrong deck when the backs are different colors. Remember that you're talking about Olga Orley. She was the dealer. Do you really think she would make such a novice mistake? Actually, I have trouble imagining even the judge making that mistake. Someone else? I don't fucking know. And, well, it doesn't... I did! Exactly! She can't... You wouldn't make that mistake, and if the card was swapped during the game, it'd be obvious. Something you'd like to share with the court, Mr. Wright? Something you'd like to share with the class, Mr. Wright? Oh, my apologies, Your Honor. I was just thinking how much fun all this is.
Fun? How about confusing? I have no idea what the defense was claiming, Your Honor. The one who swapped the card wasn't the defendant, it wasn't Miss Orley. Then who was it?
Yeah, well, that is the question, isn't it? Precisely. Huh? I believe we're about to see this case take a new direction. A new direction? We'll find that indeed, after the murder, someone swapped one of the cards in the victim's hand. And that someone made two critical mistakes. I'm sure you're going to tell us that first swapping the wrong color card, because the one who did the swap didn't know two colors of cards were being used. The other mistake was the number on the card. Right. The person replaced the fifth ace with a king. I'm sure whoever swapped it wasn't expecting there to be a fifth ace after all. All they knew is that the game had been won with a full house. So they picked up a king from the table and swapped it in.
But there's one problem. According to our case record, this person doesn't exist.
True. Not until now. But you have to admit the possibility of a fourth person. Though it's more than a possibility. There was someone else there that night at the scene of the crime.
What?
I believe the judge spoke truthfully earlier. You do make trials. Ridiculous, Mr. Wright. This trial is proceeded on one central assumption, namely that at the time of the incident, there were only 3 people in that room. I believe this new evidence, shall we say, overturns that assumption. The problem is that you chose to conceal this information from the court. I suppose that is a problem, yes. Court is adjourned for a brief recess. Mr. Gavin, I'll see you in my chambers during this recess. Certainly, Your Honor. Very well, the trial will resume in 20 minutes. 20 minutes. Oh. April 20th, 11:52 a.m. God damn, 2 hours? Okay, wait. How long have I been streaming for? It'd be funny if it was almost 2 hours. I don't think it was, though. Oh, wait, shit, it might be. No, it's a little over an hour, okay. Gavin! That was quite unexpected, Mr. Wright. To suddenly claim there was another person at the scene of the crime like that. I must ask, is it the truth? Well, now, I think you would know the answer to that. Being mysterious, are we? Sadly, I have no time for mysteries. I'd only ask that you leave the defending to your defense in the future. Otherwise, I cannot guarantee the outcome. I see you haven't mellowed out one bit, Kristoff. Justice? Yes, sir. The judge has summoned me to this chamber, so carry on without me. Bye! You did well, Apollo. Can I ask you something? Sure. That locket you wear, is that really yours, Mr. Wright? You're wondering about the victim's disappearing locket? Here, you can take a look at it. There's a picture of my daughter in there. Show me! Show me! Show me! Show me, Juicy! Juicy! She's so kawaii. I'm just surprised to hear that you had a daughter. Most people are. Perhaps you'll meet her one of these days. One more question. The one who cheated that night, Was it you? What do you think? Huh? You know what happened 7 years ago? What I did. But you didn't do it! It's not unreasonable for you to think I might cheat. I never, honest, but it is odd that I managed to go undefeated for 7 whole years. Wanna know something? There's only one game where you can be dealt bad cards all night and still win. Poker.
Eh?
You see, poker is all about reading your opponent. In that way, it's a lot like a court case. Poker is like trial law? Figure out what your opponent is thinking, and you win. Well, yeah, but that's harder than it sounds. I think not. Try as they might to conceal it, everyone reveals their true thoughts in the end. Their body language can become a valuable source of information. You're kidding! That witness, for instance, Miss Orley. She would touch the back of her neck during certain parts of her testimony. Did you notice? No.
Come on, who'd notice that?
Words, habits, twitches. It's all information for the reading. That's the secret to winning, Apollo. Someone taught me, and now I pass the secret on to you. But I'm not worthy! I mean, there's no way I'll pick up on these signals. No, you can do it.
Huh?
You just don't know it yet.
What's he talking about?
But you will, soon. Ah, almost forgot. One more thing. About this case. You should know, I haven't told the truth to anyone yet.
What? I knew it!
I have my reasons, of course. All shall be revealed. And Apollo, I need you to be there, defending me. I need your power.
My, power?
I had no idea my cords of steel were that special. It's time. I'm pretty sure he's talking about your bracelet, but maybe not. Does he not even know about... That's a thing, right? I know that's a thing. To be continued. That's a shitty place to do it. To be continued. Just continue it now. Yes. 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 Yatta. Okay, keep going. Yes! Court will now reconvene. Has our witness, Miss Olga Orley, recovered?
Yes, Your Honor. Well, she's regained consciousness.
Perhaps we can hear this her version of the events again?
That's the thing. You see, she's quite fatigued.
Here, give me a moment. I'm gonna see if I can get a pop out for the chat. Maybe. 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 No. Wait a minute, how do I get it? I just want the chat pop out. Because my phone won't stay lit up and I can't do anything. Okay, yes.
Remind me later, I don't need to do that right now. I just want to see what...
I don't want to edit it, I just want to look at it. How do I... Oh god, it doesn't give me an... Okay, never mind. I thought maybe it would give me a URL, but it doesn't. I just want to see the fucking... Okay, I don't know if there's even a way to do that anymore. There used to be, I know there used to be, but now it doesn't want me to. Yeah, no, it doesn't. That's annoying. Okay, whatever. Okay, no, fuck. Okay.
She's quite fatigued.
You're looking a bit fatigued yourself, Mr. Payne. Sadly, fatigue is insufficient grounds for refusing to testify or prosecute. The defense would like to request that Miss Orley take the stand. Very well. The witness will take the stand. Fuck, I'm chewing. Perhaps you could repeat your name and profession. Or perhaps you'd rather admit that you're a poor liar and poor loser.
Not.
Oh, shit! Name's Olga Orly. That's the truth. I'm a pro dealer. People call me Olga Quickfingers Orly. Oh, really? Want to know something else? I'm not really Russian, and my last name sounds like, oh, really? There, that's the truth. I hope you're satisfied. Hello, she's kind of hot. Witness, he will tell the court what you were really up to that night. Fine, I'll talk. We had a plan, see? Let me remind you that you are currently under oath. Any further fabrications will have serious consequences. Fine. Like I said, I'm a pro. That guy Smith hired me to do what I do best. I was planted at the Borscht Club several days prior to the night of the game. As a waitress. So you were in cahoots with the victim. Not that he needed my help. Smith is a well-known poker player in some circles. But winning wasn't the main purpose of this game. It was about destroying a legend, the unbeatable Phoenix Wright. The plan was simple, elegant really. You see, we set up a trap of sorts. I was to plant a card in Wright's pocket beforehand, and then deal 5 aces during one of their games. When their hands were revealed, Smith would call him out and search Wright. He would then pull the planted card and the trap would snap shut. You swapped the cards! Exposed as a cheater and losing on top of it, he would have made a great double play. Just like that, the legend would be dashed to pieces. Indeed. Getting caught red-handed at cheating would cast doubt on all his prior wins. This is very parallel. A 7-year legend destroyed by one little card. That was the plan. Oh, really, Orly? How droll. But it appears you made quite the mistake. A mistake? I agree, the trap was elegant. Yet what happened to that planted card? Hey, that's right! He's lucky, I'll give him that. You'd have to be to slip by. Bleh. You'd have to be. I can't fucking talk. You'd have to be to slip free from a trap laid by Olga Quickfingers Orly. Oh, really? The witness would be much cuter if she dispensed with the evil mastermind shtick. Disagreed. Cute? Who wants to be cute? I'm not cute, I'm bad, you hear me? Bad! I love her, I love her, I love her. When you're through being bad, perhaps you could testify to the court. Tell us about this trap and how it was sprung. Fuck me, I turned down my heat because I was hot and now I'm freezing. Fuck. Fuck. I'm sure that the thing will probably be kind of loud, but I kind of don't really care, because I'm cold. Ugh, the best laid traps. That night I planted the card like I was supposed to, and Wright lost the last hand, just like he was supposed to. Then Smith searched him. But the planted card was gone! The trap failed. The next moment, Wright picked up a bottle and swung it. It wasn't me who hit Smith, I was that no-good cheating defendant. You're the no-good cheater! A surprisingly frank testimony that still leaves us mostly in the dark. The trap was perfect, I tell you, perfect, if that rotten cheater hadn't messed it up. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Look who's talking! Well, the testimony, for what it's worth, is all yours, Mr. Justice. The witness is like her, who needs criminals. I mean, to be fair, I'm pretty sure she's also a criminal, but I could be wrong. There we go. And with defendants like Mr. Wright, who needs prosecutors? The best laid traps. So did I planted the card like I was supposed to, and Wright lost the last hand like he was supposed to. The card disappeared. Yeah, my trump card, the 5 of hearts. Gone without a trace. Poof, zippo. We searched every nook and cranny. Oh, fucking hell. Even inside his cute little hat. But the card was nowhere to be found. Is this... Fuck, what has happened? Why is all of the things on? Oh, it's the fucking... I see, okay. Oh, god damn it. Can I just... I didn't even realize all of my things were turning on. Fuck, that's annoying and kind of embarrassing, but it's fine. We're just gonna... can I just, like, disable? Okay. What happens if I hit buttons now? Nothing. Nothing happens. Good. That's what I want. Okay. I never noticed that. That's kind of funny, but it's also really embarrassing. Fuck. Never in my long storied career has Quick Fingers Orally been so readily duped. Oh, really? It's fucking stop it. Stop it. You're so annoying. Also, why the fuck is the fucking... Like, this is every time I stream, my fucking eyebrows just, like, stop working. What is with that? It's so annoying. We're just gonna really quickly do a little bit of calibrate. They're still not working. You know what? Why not? Fine. I don't care. I don't need expressions anyways. Okay. Oh, fuck. The thing's still up. I didn't even realize that. No, go away. Don't look at me. Why don't you ask that cheating, lying, two-faced defendant? So the Five of Hearts is still missing in action. The next moment, Wright picked up a bottle and swung it. Well, we know this isn't true. Isn't that a little odd? Oh, what's odd? You searched Mr. Wright, thoroughly, and found nothing, which means he didn't cheat, which means he had no reason to strike the victim. Oh, well... Oh, fuck. Oh, what was that just now? I sensed something. Something wrong, Mr. Justice? No, nothing, Your Honor. Miss Orley, you're hiding something. What are you talking about? You? Me? Fingers Orley hiding something?
The defense will refrain from racist accusations.
I have one question for the witness, then. You say you saw the moment the defendant hit the victim. Is this true? Of course it's true! I did see it. Honest! I saw it when Mr. Wright hit him. She's doing the thing.
With my own eyes, I saw it.
What's this weird vibe I'm getting? The witness, for instance, Miss Orley, she would touch the back of her neck during certain parts of her testimony. Did you notice? Touching her neck, was it? The fucking, like, thing. It's really funny. Yes. What is this? What is this? What's going on? That's my thought. This sensation is coming into focus. There, that twitch is so clear. It's like I could perceive her habit, like I couldn't before. Gotcha. Oh, new voice line. Gotcha, bitch. Miss Orley, perhaps you are unaware of this yourself. Unaware of what? Whenever you get to a certain part of your testimony, you touch the back of your neck with your left hand. My neck? So what? But indeed, Justice, I hadn't noticed anything of the sort. When she says that part of the testimony, she's subconsciously recalling something. Her body reacts to the memory. She touches her neck. I'm sure of it.
Memory? Would someone care to explain what he's babbling about?
This is highly unusual. Let's ask the defense. You claim the witness is remembering something. Maybe you have evidence of this memory to show us? Her habit is scratching her neck whenever she talks about the moment of the crime. So what would remind her most of the moment of the crime? Miss Orley, whenever you recall that crime that night, you scratch your neck. I've noticed that happens when you think about the moment of the crime. There must be some reason behind this habit of yours. I believe the weapon that left the inerasable impression on your neck is this. What the fuck should I be presenting? Obviously, it's like the fact... I don't fucking know. Hello? Am I not allowed to save anymore? Okay, I guess I'll just choose something. Cell phone, the photo, the crime photo, autopsy report? I don't know. The fucking picture of his head? The music didn't stop. I'd better get this sorted out before I develop a habit of my own. Are you making a joke that you're gonna turn to alcoholism? Okay, the bottle, maybe? Whenever she talks about the moment of the crime, she touches her neck. Remind us more of that moment than this bottle, the murder weapon. Oh, fuck. Okay. But something doesn't fit. You're only a witness of the crime. Why would that make you touch your neck like you're in pain? What's he talking about? Now! It was Mr. Smith, the victim who was hit. Not you.
Objection.
This is a cross-examination. Across wild conjecture.
The witness habit? They're completely irrelevant.
Justice, I admit, I'm a bit confused myself. Also, I'm eating M&Ms. This is certainly a unique cross-examination. I'll explain later. Just trust me. Now's our only chance to break her. Mr. Orley, please testify in detail of the moment of the crime. The very moment. For some reason, I only just realized his tie is like teal. It's a pretty contrast to his vest.
Yeah, I am doing nothing.
Girl, we know you're not Russian. The witness will testify, please. Now.
No.
Why? Fine. He's the one who did it. I didn't let him out of my sight until the cops got there. Different personality, but the same testimony. I believe you have her where you want her, Justice. The circumstances have changed, yet her testimony has not. That means there's got to be a contradiction in there. Quite. Wait. I don't even know who was saying those. I don't know. I thought it was Kristoff, but I was using Apollo's voice, and I'm pretty sure it was actually Apollo. And I played the card as I was supposed to, and right also Lantern was supposed to dismiss search, and the plant girl's gone, the trap failed, next woman, he's the one who, that's incorrect, because of the fucking fact that he went outside to make the call. Objection. Miss Orley, we have a record here that clearly contradicts what you said. It states that the police were alerted by a report from the defendant. And we know the defendant left the room, climbed the stairs, and made that phone call from the first floor of the Borscht Bowl Club. So, explain how you kept your eyes on the defendant when he left the room entirely. That's a fun breakdown. The man who picked up the bottle and swung it that night wasn't the defendant. I really like the way they do this. It's really cool looking. Showdown time. You dirty cheat! Check his pockets now! It's gone! The card's gone! You lose. Ah! Just then Smith grabbed the bottle from next to right, and he hit me! You, some master of cheating you turned out to be! When I came to, The victim was already dead. Is that it? That's why I couldn't reveal who I really was. If it came out that I was in league with Smith, I'd be suspected for sure. Oh yeah, no shit. Well, where does this leave us? Madness. This is madness. I'm dreaming. It must have been me who was hit with a bottle, and I'm imagining all of this. It appears our prosecution is at his wit's end, and frankly, I can't blame him. Mr. Gavin, what do you think about this turn of events? Mr. Gavin, sir? I believe that, as a defense in this case, we are compelled to call Miss Orley a big fat liar. What? 3 were in that room the time of the night of the murder. The defendant, victim, and her. And she has a motive. A motive? Her plot foiled, the witness got into an argument with her client, Mr. Smith. And the denouement of that argument was murder.
What? I didn't. I'm no killer. It's a trap. Someone's trying to frame me.
What tangled webs we weave when we practice to deceive. Are you a fucking poet? So tangled we catch ourselves in the process.
Mr. Wright.
Such a hasty conclusion. It's not like you, Christoph Gavin. What are you saying? Why not consider the other possibility? That there was another person in the room at the time of the murder.
Right, like Mr. Wright was saying before recess.
I feel like I should say before the recess, because before recess, that makes them sound like they're in fucking kindergarten. A single card was swapped into the victim's hand after the murder, and the one who swapped the card didn't know 2 colors of cards were being used. A 4th person. Stop objecting, I hate you!
Atmosphere again. Your 4th person doesn't exist.
Indeed. That's why I decided to bring this case to course. Here, where there's no escape and no chance for deception. The perfect place to catch the real criminal.
The real criminal?
And we're in luck. The clue to the real criminal's identity was kindly provided for us. And right at the beginning of the trial, no less.
What?
Apollo, perhaps you know what I'm talking about. Are you saying it's actually fucking... My only thought is, like, the colors, and the colorblind one is Godot, and I'm pretty sure he's in prison, but you know what? Okay. I'm sorry. Remember what I said. The 4th person who swapped the cards made one critical error. He or she wasn't considering the colors on the back of the cards. Right. Well, how could such an obvious mistake occur? Oh, the peephole! The cards used for the last game were red. Yeah, there is one person here in our court. You thought those cards were blue. Yeah, I had that impression too, but why? Well, Apollo, think you can figure out who it was? What are you... Who is fucking... What?
It's not me, I swear.
I'm confused. Who is this 4th person? Why do I always get put on the spot like this? Let's hear what the defense has to say. Who was it? Who thought the cards in the final game were blue? I'm so confused. Are we accusing Gavin? Can I save? Fuck. I don't... The only other... Are we accusing Gavin? Are we accusing Christoph? What? But he knew, and she knew, so either he said it wasn't him, and I'm inclined to believe him. Are we accusing Christoph of being the one who did the murder? What? 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 I mean, yeah, What? 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 I'm so confused. What the fuck? What the fuck? Who said that? Wait, can I... How far up can I go? I don't think I can go up far enough to know. I don't know. Okay, I'm pretty sure that's wrong, but I don't know who to say. Apollo, do you seriously think that? I'm seriously sorry, that didn't go well. Well, it can't be helped. I almost missed it myself, but it doesn't do anyone, does it?
It was Christoph! What the fuck?
But of course course Mr. Gavin knows the colors of the cards. Oh my god. Oh, we're just going right off the bat with Kristoff being a piece of shit. I thought it would take longer than that to get to that. As you can see, the photo of the crime scene is black and white. You can't tell which of the cards are blue, and one on the floor and one on the table. But look. Wait a minute. I wanna see what... I would like to... We're going to load... Sorry, I want to see what happens if I actually accuse him. Okay. I wanna know what he says if we guess Kristoff, because Kristoff is the one, which surprised me. Nyet. Nyet, nyet, nyet. Button mashing, skipping. Fuck. Yes, I have to do this all again. Fuck me. I should have saved. It never lets me save what I want to save! Okay, present that. Bang. Eek. This gives me a chance to eat more M&Ms. Can I skip the cutscene, please? I'm button mashing. Okay, fuck, sorry. I say sorry, I'm pretty sure there's like nobody watching this. So it's just me. I'm running out of Mountain Dew. You lose. Fuck. Arg. Arg. Aug. Yes, you got smacked with a bottle, which really is shitty of that guy. Fuck him. Shady Smith, more like Shitty Smith. Shady. For fucking smacking a lady with a glass bottle, that's fucked. He's trying to pin this on her. Hi. Hi, Beanix. A single card was swapped. This is where I made a joke about it being a Joe, because that would be really funny because he's in prison but he can't see the color red. I don't care about spoiling the last trilogy because this is the 4th game. You should fucking be aware of the other games and their plot twist and such. Who is this 4th person? This motherfucker. As I expected. Your eyes and ears are as sharp as your hair. Rude. I like how it says that, like I went all through this just to have Phoenix compliment me. To be fair, I was like, oh my god, is it Kristoff? But I didn't want to be wrong. But yeah, okay. I was right? Kristoff Gavin, you were the 4th person that night. But of course Mr. Gavin knows the color of the cars. How would he? As you can see, the photo of the crime scene is black and white. You can't tell which of the cards are blue, the ones on the floor or the table. But look! You can see the colors in this photo! Yes, but when you said the cards were blue, it was well before this evidence came to light. It's true the defendant was engaged in a game of poker with the victim, yet it was only that, a game in the purest sense. A competition, that's right! Waxing poetic about the blue blah 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 bitch-ass motherfucker. Well, Kristoff? Mr. Gavin? Mr. Gavin, is something the matter? No, nothing. Excuse me, it was just so sudden. Right, you aren't seriously accusing me, are you? Oh, Kristoff? You know, even I'd never take a joke this far.
This has gone beyond ridiculous, beyond this is insanity. Defendant accusing his own defense attorney of murder, except he's not.
He's not, because his defense attorney is Apollo. I assure you, I'm quite sane.
But what possible connection could Mr. Gavin have to the victim?
I wasn't aware that I had a connection to Mr. Smith either.
Yes, but Mr. Gavin and the victim have never even met.
Well, what if they have?
Huh?
There's a possibility, after all. They may have met that night, before the game started. Well, what are you suggesting? Is this the truth Mr. Wright was staying silent about? Well, only one thing to do. Mr. Wright, the defense would like to request that you testify to the court. Fuck you! Shut up! The defense would like to request no such thing. You are the defense attorney here, so shut the fuck up. Mr. Gavin? Testimonies must relate to the case. How could anything happen before that game... Are you stupid? How could anything that happened immediately before that game relate to the murder that happened right after it? I don't know, because that's how things work? You fucking idiot. Okay, I'm not sure I follow, Mr. Gavin. As I explained before, the defense believes that Miss Orley... Am I to assume you speak for Mr. Justice in this? He is the defense, not you. Mr. Justice, the matter of Mr. Wright's testimony is up to you. Oh, okay. Does the court, in your opinion, need to hear Mr. Wright's testimony? Yes! This was Mr. Wright's strategy. He was planning this all along. And I intended to see it through. I intend to see it through. I can't fucking talk or read. The defense would like to request that Mr. Wright testify to the court. Et tu, Justice, you would betray me as your teacher? Fuck you, Kristoff, I hate you. I'm sorry, Mr. Gavin, this isn't about loyalty, this is about the truth. This is about justice. It's my last name, after all, bitch. Very well, the defendant, Mr. Wright, will take the stand, please. I feel dizzy after doing all that jiggling, all that little dancing I did. Appetite before murder! That evening, Kristoff and I had dinner. We sat at the table in this photograph. Oh my god, they're dating! Cheating on Edgeworth? Phoenix, that's so shitty! Yeah. Shady Smith walked in 5 minutes after Kristoff left. When the trap failed, Smith hit the waitress. The girl was knocked out cold and Smith was uncontrollable. I left to call the police. When I returned, he was dead, blood streaming from a cut on his forehead. So I made another phone call to defense attorney Gavin. It's really funny, I don't think my camera knows when I'm smiling with my mouth closed. It just thinks I'm making a straight face. Oh well. Mr. Gavin, you were at the Borscht Bowl Club the night of the murder? I dine with him rather frequently. That's kind of gay.
And you talked to the defendant on the phone directly after the murder?
Quite against my will, I'd become involved in a murder. I thought I might be in need of a lawyer, so I called him. You were planning this all along, weren't you, Wright? Just because you wanted to drag me into your little murder trial. The only thing I want is the truth. As I did back then, and now. I thought my office was doing you a favor when we took on your defense. It appears I was wrong. Fuck you. Die. Die in a hole. Die in prison, as you will, bitch. Very well, the defense may cross-examine the witness. Justice. Sir! He's lying, and you're going to expose him. Understood, sir. Mr. Gavin, versus Mr. Wright. Scannon will. Why can't I have a normal trial? Hello, Beanix. Hello, Beanix. Hello, Papa. That evening, Kristoff and I had dinner. We sat at the table in this photograph. Shady Smith walked in. When the trap failed, Smith hit the waitress. The girl was knocked out cold and Smith was uncontrollable. I left to call the police. When I returned, he was dead. Blood streaming. That's when I made another phone call to defense attorney Gavin. Okay.
Hold it!
Hold it! When you rather- Hold it! Here, my hand! Hold it! When you returned, the victim was already dead, yes. I'll admit, I was a little startled when I walked in. A little? He was bleeding from his forehead, after all. I guess I'd be startled too if I walked in on a scene like that. That's when I made another call to Gavin. Could you explain why you called Mr. Gavin? I'd obviously got involved in a rather sticky affair. And I figured Kristoff's law offices would give me a friend rate for my defense fees. I'm glad to hear you intend to pay. Oh, I'll pay in full, Kristoff. It was I who got you involved after all. You may find the pride of your defense quite high, my good friend. Quite high. The price of your defense. I read that wrong. I don't know what I said. Is this the truth that Mr. Wright was talking about? Justice, you know what you have to do. He's like, yes, okay. Yes, sir. The truth has to be in there somewhere. Does he have a toe? Okay, why were you having dinner? Are you gay lovers? You had dinner with Mr. Gavin? Yes, he dines with me at the Borscht Bowl quite frequently. Enjoy you at dinner as usual. I always eat at the table closest to the piano. I see where Mr. Smith was sitting. Oh, it's covered in... Why does it look like it's covered in snow? It's April. Oh, that's right, the place is fucking cold, that's right. So the plates and such on the table from your dinner. Indeed, the remnants of my meal with Kristoff. We dined for 2 hours and Kristoff left. That's a long fucking dinner. After that, Shady Smith walked in 5 minutes after Kristoff left. 5 minutes. So the two of them could have passed in the restaurant during that time? It would have been a fateful encounter, to be sure.
Objection! Oh, Mr. Wright, what was it you said Kristoff Gavin and Shady Smith may have met?
I believe I did say that.
Here I was all nervous about this meeting, and now we hear they just passed in the hall.
That does seem a little weak as a pretense for murder. Oh, it would be, if that were all that really happened. Come on, Mr. Wright. What are you hiding this time? Oh, what are you hiding this time? Why? Okay, no, I want to fix this. I'm annoyed. I would like to fix this. Why does my fucking... Oh, hello. Okay, if I turn it to manual... And scroll back up, right? Turn it to manual and then calibrate it again. No, my eyebrows still don't work. Why do the eyebrows break every so often? That's so annoying. Okay. I don't remember if I pressed this already. Yes. The plan was simple, elegant. Early, you see, we set up a trap to plant a card, and the veal aces would search him, pull, he swapped the cards, just like that, the legend would be dashed to pieces. Yes, a harmless prank in essence. It was by quirk of fate that I happened to discover it. A quirk. I happened to put my hand in my pocket and found a card. That's so funny. They were just assuming he would put his hand in his pocket. Like, he's wearing a jacket for a reason. Maybe his hands get cold. That place is fucking cold. His hands get cold. The card she planted. Yes, I snuck a peek of it and found it was the 5 of hearts. I had a feeling something might happen, so I disposed of the card. Before the game. Disposed? Where? There was an empty bottle of grape juice I had been drinking right beside me. I threw the card inside the bottle. An empty bottle of grape juice. The murder weapon? Yes, I rolled it up and shoved it in. The colored glass makes it hard to see. A battle of wits between the deceiver and the would-be deceived. That sounds like a terrific drama. A card inside the murder weapon? That's strange. Did the police miss it in their investigation? Maybe I'll take a look. Okay. That's still not how that works, but okay. Is there a card? I don't see a card. There's not a card. There's a label. There's not a card in this. Please revise your testimony with this new information. There's not a card in the bottle. I'm going to save. No, fuck me. Fuck off, fuck off, fuck off. Present the bottle. There's no card in this.
Objection!
Music stopped. It was the right thing. Mr. Wright, if I may? Yes? I've examined the bottle, and I don't see any card in here. He's so cute when he blushes. No? What, Mr. Wright? Surely isn't all you have to say for yourself? Yes, I know what happened to the card. I did put it in the bottle, however. Huh? Perhaps a fifth person came and took it out. Oh, and a sixth person could have helped. You're such a bitch! Mr. Gavin, Mr. Wright is your client. My apologies, Your Honor.
I won't have you disparaging our investigation either. We looked inside the bottle. There was nothing.
So what's going on? Is Mr. Wright hoodwinking us again? Or did the card just disappear, just like the locket? In any case, please continue the cross-examination. I'm afraid decisive contradictions call for decisive evidence. Oh. Push him harder, Justice. Break him. It's just you and the witness in the ring. Go for the KO. Ugh, why do I get a feeling we're not on our client's side anymore? Because we're not, because Christoph's a piece of shit. We fucking hate him. I guess press more, maybe? I don't fucking know. Why in the bottle? I perceived my opponent's intent immediately. I am used to entrapment. You see, I knew what was coming. Ho ho, so you struck first. I like that. I know every trick in the book. They don't work on me. At least when you get lucky and stick your hand in your pocket, they don't. Girl was knocked out and Smith was uncontrollable. I don't remember if I did that. You made the call from the first floor. Exactly. Cell phones don't get a signal down in the hideout. I like that it's called the hideout spelled like that, like Jekyll and Hyde. Was anyone else on the first floor at the time? Not a soul. It was the middle of the night after all. So there in the darkened restaurant, I called the cops. After making the call, I returned to the hideout. It didn't seem right to leave the injured waitress alone. When I returned, he was dead, blood streaming from a cut on his forehead. I don't remember if I pressed that. You returned the victim was already dead? Yes. I'll admit, I was a little startled when I walked in. A little? He was bleeding from his forehead, after all. Guess I'd be startled too if I walked in on a scene like that. I think the judges imply that you should be more than a little startled. That's when I made another call to defense attorney Gavin. Is this the truth that Mr. Wright was talking about? Justice, you know what you have to do. He's lying. Expose him now. Yes, sir. I have to wear what's I mean, do we know anything else about it? Oh, what the fuck is that? Wow, the battery has been out with the pizza tube. Should just buy a new one. Maybe he can't afford it, or he just doesn't care. It's all a part of his act, Apollo. Don't let it fool you. I have I feel like that's important, but I don't know. No clues here. Okay, thanks. I'm confused. I'm confused. What was it? Okay, I want to look at this. Is the fucking... Okay, there's the thing. Okay. Wait, is it that? I don't know if it's that. I feel like that's something important. But I don't know. I don't know. I might be stupid. I mean, I don't think it's actually that, but I don't fucking know. Shit. Bang. I have been attacked. I'm confused! What the fuck? But okay. It was the 5 of hearts, right? Okay, let me see all of this. 7, 7, 7, ace. There's no 5 of hearts in there. I don't know! I don't see a 5 of hearts in that picture either. That's a 4. I can't tell what, I don't know, considering I can barely even tell what the cards on the floor have on them, I really highly doubt that's it. Okay, time for my trusty using my brain really, really hard. That's definitely what I'm doing right now. Don't call me out. I can't remember what it's called. There's like a spoiler-free lock. Here we go. Of all the times. I don't know the answer. I don't know the answer. I'm fucking stupid. Why? Is it because I have a thing? What if I pause this? Pause for 5 minutes. Okay. Now refresh the page. It's still no bueno. What if I do it on my computer? I'm definitely not looking up a walkthrough. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. God damn it. Okay, I don't know the answer. I don't know the answer. I don't know. Fuck. I don't know the answer. Wait a... We don't see a clock. It's not anything to do with that. I'm stupid and confused. Is it something to do with the fact that the bottle's on the other side of the table, maybe? I feel so stupid. I feel so stupid. This is the fucking tutorial trial. Why am I this stupid? Oh, I'm angrily eating M&M's. Oh. And now this isn't working. Everything sucks. Is my internet working? No. Why did you disconnected? What is wrong? Spectrum, you fuck. Oh, god damn it. Okay. Wait, is it working now? Is it working now? Is it... Why? Why? What the fuck? Why? Okay. Okay, am I back? Is it working again? Am I... Okay, alright, cool, whatever. Here, wait. What the best way to make it sure it's actually back is to change that and then see if the stream updates. And it did. Okay. But the fuck? I am not happy. I still don't know if it's working correctly. Oh. Okay, this is working now. What the fuck? Why does it suck? Okay, so that has decided to just mysteriously stop working. This isn't loading correctly, and everything sucks. My life is a fuck. My life is a fuck. Okay. No. This used to be better. That sucks. Okay.
What? I looked at that!
Okay. Blah, 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 blah. This is number 5. Okay, show me the bottom of the... There's nothing there. What are you talking about? Oh. Oh, the hat. Oh my fucking god. I'm too fucking tired. Okay, no, not that. Apologies for my idiocy. I am doing my best, to present that. Mr. Wright, if I may, yes? Take a look at this photograph of the crime scene. See the victim here? He's wearing a hat. I wouldn't think you could see blood on his forehead. Huh. Good point. Justice. Next time you point out an inconsistency, put a little more oomph into it. Mr. Wright, can you explain this to the court? I forgot to mention something. I was the one who put that hat on his head. Okay. Eh? You? You put the hat on the dead man's head? He wore it through our entire poker game. After calling the police, when I returned to the scene, his head was in full view. Shining bright, just like in this photograph. And? I picked up his hat up off the floor and put it on his head. Why? Why'd you do such a thing like that? All I can say is, I'm sorry, but that's the only thing I touch at the crime scene. So, Miss Sorley didn't see it? It being the victim's, or his head. I think not. She was out cold. I believe I was the only one who witnessed his head. Ah, here we go again. Mr. Gavin? Pardon. It just seems that our client is determined to lie his way through this case. Fuck you. Hey, he's still our client, isn't he? I believe that's enough of that. Mr. Gavin? This witness's testimony is more like a travesty. It's riddled with lies. I'm beginning to see how you came to lose your attorney's badge 7 years ago. Well, you certainly have a unique way of treating your clients, Kristoff. I never knew. I believe it was you who threw the first stone. Die. Die, Kristoff. I hate you. Mr. Wright, if you intend to ever tell the truth about this case, it's now or never. Don't be misled. I haven't told a single lie here.
Eh?
When I noticed the trap, I put the card in the bottle to dispose of it. And when I put the hat on the victim's head, let's just say I had a reason for doing that as well. Then tell us what the reason is.
Reason?
That reason is right here. Your cell phone. Wait. I'm cold. I want a blanket. Fuck. I keep making the controller fall. Oh, it's charged. Okay. That night, recall that I spoke with defense attorney Gavin after calling the police. Just in case, I recorded our conversation. Oh? What's this? No, now that we're all here, I see no reason why I shouldn't play it back for the court. Kristoff, I seem to be in a bit of trouble. But what's this? Game not going well. Something like that. That gentleman who challenged you turned out to be good. He turned out to be dead. Someone hit him hard. You mean someone cracked that flawless bone china pate? It wasn't you, was it? Me, please. The cops should be here any minute. I'm in your hands, should it come to that. Bone china plate? Kind of porcelain, very smooth and shiny. And not plate, but pate. I believe he was referring to a certain gentleman's balding forehead. Oh! The court appreciates the defendant's discretion in not indicating my forehead. Wait a second. Something's not right about that phone call. So after Mr. Gavin ate dinner with you, he left the Borscht Bowl Club? Most certainly. Then, how did he know? When did he see this bone china pate? Oh, that's right! Yes, that was when I began to see my good friend in a different light. You always saw him in a different light. Don't lie to yourself. Troubled, I returned to the crime scene, and when I spotted Mr. Smith's head again, I realized exactly what was wrong. Well, Mr. Gavin, the stage has been set. Perhaps you would like to explain this to the court. Exactly how did you come by your privileged knowledge of the victim's head? Which head are we talking about here, Felix? So, this is your reason. The reason why you put the victim's hat back on. Your point, Mr. Gavin? It's come down to this, has it, Phoenix Wright? Order! I will have order! Mr. Payne!
Yes, Your Honor!
I believe this court has been left with no other choice. Are you prepared to hear defense attorney Gavin's testimony?
Well, is the prosecutor right?
Very well. We'll break for 10 minutes, after which Mr. Gavin will take the stand for cross-examination. Are we all clear on that? Crystal clear, Your Honor. Very well. This will be the final recess for the day. It's kind of they just keep having recesses because we need to have breaks, but like they don't do investigation segments in the first trial. Ow, my neck. Mr. Gavin and Mr. Wright are both in the judge's chamber. Who'd have thought today would turn out like this? May I? Huh? What? Hello, sir. Please, pick a card. What's all this about? Is this one okay? Excellent. I have a message for you. The last hand is about to be played. You'll need a trump card to make it. A trump card? The card you have chosen is magical. Use it wisely, and the game is yours. That's all. Thank you, Twoosie. I love you, Twoosie. Twoosie, Twoosie, Twoosie. An ace. Where do I remember that card from? Mr. Smith's hand has 3 aces and Mr. Wright's 2. It's 5 aces in all. It is true. We have seen it. The 5th ace. There was a cheating, I swear to you. There was cheating, not a cheating. The missing 5th ace. Wait, splotch of red. Is this blood? Where did you find them, Trucy? You have your trump card. Now it's up to you to cut the deck and draw the truth. My father's fate is in your hands. I know you can do it. Trucy! She's so cute! This bloodstained card is my trump card for finding the truth. I love you, Trucy Wright. 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 Fell deep into thought as my mind raced to understand what this all meant. That girl, I'd seen her recently, but where? That's when I made the connection. She literally said her father.
Twisty, twisty, twisty. Look at little baby Trucy. Look at little baby Truce. She's so cute.
Bloody ace added to the court record. Received from a mysterious girl who definitely isn't Trucy Wright. Could this be the missing 5th ace? Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. He's gone. Fuck Kristoff, he's out of our... Get him out from behind our bench. This is my bench, bitch! Court will now reconvene. Defense Attorney Christoph Gavin, will you please take the stand? Hi. Now then, if you would, Mr. Payne.
Yes, Your Honor. The witness state his name and occupation.
Is this farce necessary, Your Honor? Believe me, far stranger things have gone on in this courtroom. Fine, I'll play along. First, there's one thing we need to have made clear. How did you know about the secret beneath the victim's hat? By secret, I'm guessing he means the fact that Mr. Smith was bald. Forgive my curiosity, but what is it about this fellow's head? Your Honor seems to have an inordinate interest in it. Do you have a head fetish? Objection. It's Peter, our co-counsel now? Hi, I love you. I wouldn't call it inordinate, Mr. Gavin. Mr. Wright! What do you think you're doing, Wright? Wow, things sure look different from the other side. You know what I mean, Apollo? Speaking of looking from the other side, let's consider something for a second. The victim wore that hat all night, never once taking it off, except for that one time. That one time. Being in the instant he was hit. Oh! When Mr. Wright returned from reporting the crime, the hat was lying on the floor. Mr. Wright picked it up and placed it on the victim's head. In other words, in order to have seen Mr. Smith's bald head, you would have had to have been there in the hideout at the time of the crime. In other words, I must be the real killer. Is that what you're trying to say? Not bad, Apollo. Thank you, Mr. Wright. Thank you, Beanix. I love you, Beanix. Mr. Gavin? I'm afraid that I haven't been entirely honest with the court.
What?
Oh, I assure you, I had the noblest of intentions. I did it all to protect my client, Mr. Wright. Yet, I'm afraid in the current situation I see little reason to hide anything. Very well. Allow me to tell you the truth of what happened that night. Fuck you, I hate him. Die. Pass away. Decease. Finally, you may begin your testimony. Tell us, how were you involved in the events of that fateful night? By being a piece of shit. That's how. The rage I sensed in that man that night troubled me, so I returned to the club. I went down to the basement and peeked in through the little window to the hideout. It must have been right after the murder took place. The victim was dead as he appeared in the photo. A bald head, an unconscious girl, and Wright holding a bottle in his hand. I sensed that was not the best place for me to be at the time, so I left. That's when the call came from Wright. No, it's not. First off, he called it from the first floor, so you witnessed the murder? For better or worse, I missed the actual moment of the deed. Mr. Gavin, may I remind you that you are on Mr. Wright's defense team? Your testimony is clearly disadvantageous to your client. To be fair, we did force him to testify. What else could I say? I'm standing on the witness stand, after all. So you are, Mr. Gavin. And you had to testify as you just did. You had to tell them you saw the scene of the crime through that little window. Mr. Wright? You had to say that, because that was the only probable window of opportunity. Right, Apollo? Oh. Oh my god, me doing a little dance made the things glitch out. That's funny. Mr. Wright, the defense should do the cross-examination, not the defendant. Mr. Justice, are you prepared? Yes, Your Honor. I can't believe I'm going up against Mr. Gavin. This trial is getting weirder and weirder. Well, soon you will be going up against a Mr. Gavin quite frequently. Your agent sends that troubled, so I returned to the club. Okay, so you did actually meet him. That man, you mean Mr. Smith. He was different from other customers, his aura, shall we say. I knew he was a serious poker player, but it was more than that.
So then you knew the true nature of your client's job?
Of course. But I also knew he wasn't engaged in gambling, which would be illegal. Well, it makes sense that he'd know. They were friends, after all. Friends, sure. Worried for my friend, I returned to the club. You see, I feared this Mr. Smith might be someone coming to settle an old score. I see. What happened then? I went down to the basement and peeked in through the little window to the hideout. The little window, you mean the one you used to keep watch up the stairs? Yes, a relic of the ancient past. The Black Marketeers used it, I believe. Why did you go through the trouble of peeking in through the window? Wouldn't it have been easier to just open the door and go into the room? I didn't want to upset Wright, you see. Upset Mr. Wright? Yes. What if my fears had been unfounded? I'd be walking in on their match. Bad form, to say the least. So far, everything he's saying makes sense. Must have been right after the murder took place. Hold it. How do you know it was right after the murder? Really, no need to shout, Justice. I was just getting to that part in my testimony. Ah, there he is. The coolest defense in the West we know and love. Even when you're standing up there on the witness stand, some things never change. I was afraid you'd change too, Mr. Wright. But you haven't. Or Wright, you didn't call him Mr. Oh, give me one moment. Okay, sorry, I got a phone call. You and that overbearing personality of yours. With friends like these, who needs enemies? The victim was dead as he appears in the photo. A bald head, an unconscious girl, and Wright, holding the bottle in his hand. Oh, oops. By photo, you mean the second photograph of the crime scene? Precisely. You see, he wasn't wearing his hat then. I saw his head when he was dead. And then Mr. Wright came along and replaced his hat.
Can you describe the scene of the crime for us?
Bald head, an unconscious girl, and Mr. Wright. Those were the only three at the scene of the crime. Yes, as far as I saw, at least.
Then we're back where we started. The killer was the defendant. Finish right. Who else? Who else could it have been?
The guy on the witness stand. Fuck him.
But why didn't you talk to the police?
2 reasons. First, I didn't actually witness the very moment of the crime. Second, my office was asked to defend Wright. Even after seeing what I had seen, I couldn't abandon my friend. Haha, fuck. There must have been someone else there at the moment of the crime. Justice, I just said I saw no one, not a soul. But that goes against what Mr. Wright said. Ah, yes, this mysterious fourth person. Who would conveniently be the real killer, I suppose. I'm glad to see we agree, Mr. Gavin. Let me pose a question, then. Tell me, what possible reason did the real killer have to swap cards in the victim's hand to frame Phoenix? Are you stupid?
Yeah.
Perhaps you can show us a reason why such a thing would be necessary? How can I show something I can't find myself? Remember, Apollo, the card that was swapped out was the 5th ace. The 5th ace. Oh, the blood! Huh. Well, Mr. Justice, the question of why the killer, when you point to a reason, yes. Because it had blood on it. is, this.
Is that an ace?
Why? Why, it's got blood on it! Right next to the spade! What? Oh my god, look at his twitch.
Why wasn't I told about this? Why?
Could this be the missing 5th ace? Yes. Yes! Inconceivable. How could you? What are you doing with that card? Well, there's the thing. Why is Mr. Gavin so upset? It's just a fishy card from some fishy girl. Oh, that card is mine. It is. I picked it up at the Borscht Bowl Club that night after the murder had occurred. I gave it to my daughter. Cards are her stock in trade, after all. No, impossible, unacceptable. The court can't accept this evidence. It's a fraud! A fraud? How can you be so sure?
What?
I would think the only person who could claim it was fraud would be the one who took the real card from the crime scene. The real killer. Allow me to elaborate. What if this trace of blood was the reason?
The reason for?
For the killer to take the card from the scene of the crime. Where are you going with this? Take another look at the photo. And at the victim's head. The moment of the crime, his hat fell to the floor, and a trickle of blood ran from his forehead down the back of his head. Couldn't a drop of that blood have fallen on one of the cards? I suppose. Claire then took the card to hide the blood. But why?
Regardless, that evidence is non-permissible.
Oh? Right. Regardless of how you wasted the last 7 years, you used to be a lawyer. You know what a serious crime it is to conceal evidence. Oh, we can discuss the finer points of our legal system later. What's important now is that I've answered your question. What are you talking about? You wanted to know why the killer would have taken a card from the crime scene. And now, I've told you. Not one drop of blood would have been decisive evidence, you see. This is baseless conjecture. Baseless. Oh, I can I can assure you, it's quite based. Based on what? Oh, what? Based? Based on what? It's amazing, really. How a single drop of blood on a single card can lead us to the truth. It's quite simple, really. Well, Apollo? Apartment complex, I find it quite simple. Picture the scene of the crime in your head. Oh, 3D. Hello. The ritual placed in the hideout, the body of the local victim was found on the pillow table and the killer swapped the card out. There was a single card, the drop of blood in the victim's hand. Given this, there is one decisive problem with this scene. Well, what is it? Let's keep it simple, shall we? Given that there was a drop of blood on a card, whose position in this diagram doesn't fit the victim. The victim. Right? Well, isn't the victim's position that's a problem? Fall behind the body, not onto the table in front of him. Ah! Take a look at the photo again. If he was in this position, the blood would fall on the floor, not the cards. Why, that's right! So what does it all mean? What does it all mean? Incidentally, we were sitting in swivel chairs. Swivel chairs? Oh, man. Apollo, try turning the chair around. I mean, yeah. What the fuck? Can I do that? Okay. The chair was facing the other way. It would have to be. So we have to assume the time of the murder. The victim's chair was facing away from the table. When Mr. Wright returned from informing the police, which way was the chair facing? When I came back to the room, the body was facing as seen in this photo. That would mean the killer turned the chair back around. Let's take the next step. Look at the diagram once more. We know now the victim was facing away from the table at the time of the murder, but this creates another significant contradiction.
Again?
Let's test your reasoning skills again, shall we? Apollo, whose location on this diagram contradicts our new understanding of the crime? The killers. The killers, because he hit him on the front of the head. The victim was struck from the front, correct? Indeed. Well, wouldn't it be hard for the killer to hit him from the front? Sitting where his indicator currently is? I would think it'd be quite hard, yes.
Yes, but what you're saying makes no sense. Why would the victim suddenly turn to face the wall in the middle of a game?
Because he was looking at Christoph. I believe a sufficient reason will soon come to light.
Oh, what?
There's something in this diagram that makes far less sense, actually. Look again at the diagram. Apollo, if the victim was struck while he was sitting as shown here, where would his assailant be standing? Try marking it on the diagram. What? But there's no room for a mark where the killer should be. Don't worry, let's think it through and see what we find. We know the victim was facing toward the wall at the time of the crime. That is the only thing we know for sure. Try to forget about everything else. Where would the killer have to be standing to strike our victim from the front? Should I indicate this? I assume I should. It won't let me save, so I'm assuming, not hoping. The killer had to be standing, well, here.
You get points for flair, but that's about all you get.
I thought it was onto something there too.
I hardly need to point out that standing there would be impossible. The victim is facing a solid cupboard.
Or are you claiming that the killer climbed the cupboard and hit him from above? Ha. Was he in the cupboard? Was he in the fucking cupboard? It's simple. It's elementary, my dear Watson. If this was the only place a killer could have been standing, then that means that at the very moment of the crime. Wait, I know! The moment of the crime, the cupboard wasn't there. What? What's this now? I mean, that's the only explanation. Okay, sure. Why not? Your Honor, I have a suggestion for the defense. We should arrange to examine the cupboard in the hideout immediately. Bailiff, send a team to the crime scene immediately. Have them try to remove the cupboard. Your Honor. What? There's one more thing your men should look for. Please give this to the bailiff. What is it? Yes, I see. You do belong in the courtroom after all, Mr. Wright.
Yes, he does. I do my best.
Let's forge ahead here while we wait. Look at the diagram once again. It's been changed. The killer was standing here at the time of the crime, and this cupboard wasn't here. Which means, Apollo, try moving the cupboard. Oh, okay. Oh! Thank you. As you can see, the cupboard was the problem. I love these shitty-ass diagrams. It reminds me of actual crime scene. Like, the fucking actual crime scene shows. Time of the murder, it has to be as shown here. Meaning, Christoph could not have seen what he said he saw. Everything in place in the... Oh my, what's this? Oh, what is it now? Look at the diagram of the crime scene once more. It appears we found yet another contradiction. What I believe to be the final contradiction, in fact. Huh? Oh, dang! Oh, damn. Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. Our line of deduction is rapidly approaching its logical conclusion. Yes, it is. I mean, Christoph was lying when you knew that already. Now then, Mr. Justice, please point to the new contradicting indicator. Is the victim, the killer, the witness, the second witness? Oh my god. Yes, I get it. It's that. It's Christoph. About this cupboard, are we okay with assuming it was moved? Sure, why not? Well, if it was, something really doesn't fit. The cupboard would completely cover up the window to the stairs. Ah! That's right, someone standing outside wouldn't be able to see in. Someone like Mr. Gavin. What did you say? Oh, is the coolest defense in the West. Losing is cool. Don't expect me to play along with your little game, right? It's only a game until someone gets killed, Mr. Gavin. And someone was, while the window to that room was blocked by a cupboard. So, Mr. Gavin, perhaps you'd like to explain to the court exactly where did you witness the crime scene from? Excuse me, Your Honor. Order! This is a court of law and I will have order. We just now received word from our investigative team at the Borschtblow Club. They've examined the cupboard in the hideout, Your Honor. Oh? And what did they find? Well, Your Honor, it turns out there is a secret passage behind it. I fucking knew it. What? Yes, I believe I mentioned something of the sort before. He did in fact mention something. One of the tricks of the room many of our regulars know about. I do remember him saying something about that now that he mentions it. A secret passage is a handy thing to have when you're engaged in legal goings-on. Never know when you might need to duck away from the eyes of the law. So the room has a secret passage. Where does it go? The other side connects to the restaurant above. The underworld bosses could get away from the cops and enjoy a cold bowl of borscht, no doubt. Just like our killer. Gasp. Oh shit. You see where our line of simple deductive reasoning has led, Apollo? I see it, but I don't believe it. That girl wasn't kidding when she said I needed this trump card for the last hand. Ba, 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 ba. At the time of the murder, the window was blocked and the victim's hat was only off his head for the few minutes between Mr. Smith's murder and Mr. Wright's return from calling the cops. In other words, the only place anyone could have seen the victim's bald head was from inside the hideout. Well, Mr. Gavin, come on, say something. Dare I ask what really happened that night? Actually, I think we can probably figure it out ourselves at this point. That night, for whatever reason, our killer had a date with Mr. Smith, a date with destiny. There he crouched, hidden in the secret passageway behind the cupboard, holding his breath, waiting for just the right moment. Then the chance came and he took it. Ow! Eek! What? Why did you do that? Oh, wait here, I'll get help. Miss Olga Orley was out cold, struck by Mr. Smith. But his time was soon to come. Mr. Wright went upstairs to call the cops, leaving Mr. Shady Smith alone in the hideout with the unconscious dealer. Then our killer stepped out from the secret passage and into the hideout. The victim must have heard the cupboard sliding aside. He wheeled his chair around to look and... After the deed was done, the criminal must have seen the blood on the card. He would have, of course, realized that the need to destroy the evidence. A single spot of blood told the whole story of the crime. Too bad for him he didn't linger any longer in the hideout that night. If he had, he might have noticed the cards on the floor. And the fact that they were all red. Lol. Get fucked, Kristoff. Well, it seems this trial has taken yet another turn. I'm truly, truly sorry I had to see this day come, Mr. Gavin. I'm not! Mr. Gavin? Mr. Payne!
Yeah. Yes, Your Honor.
The prosecution will continue its investigation. As for Mr. Phoenix Wright, the defendant, he is hereby cleared of all suspicion. Gwah! Believe me when I say that I don't believe this is happening, Mr. Gavin. But I'm afraid circumstances call for me to issue a warrant for your arrest immediately. Die. Oh, no need to apologize. I rather enjoyed myself. Fuck him. It's not every day you get to witness a legendary attorney's dirty tactics firsthand. Hate him. Your point, Mr. Gavin. Frankly, Your Honor, I'm shocked that a person of your caliber would be taken in by such a low-grade parlor trick. Fuck you! Excuse me. The defendant is cleared of all suspicion? This is hardly the time for jokes, Your Honor. Mr. Wright hasn't proven anyone's guilt or innocence here. What he has done is use illegal evidence to put the blame on someone else. And not just anyone else. Me, his own defense attorney. Illegal evidence? Let me ask you, Mr. Gavin. Is there still any reason, at present, to suspect me of wrongdoing? Of course. This bottle, for instance. The bottle of grape juice Mr. Wright was drinking. How do you intend to explain away the fingerprints on the murder weapon? And not just any fingerprints, am I right, Mr. Payne?
Actually, yes. The fingerprints on the bottle were upside down.
I seem to recall this being an issue earlier. Apollo, are you fucking stupid? The court in this case demand an explanation. I can think of only one reason why one would hold a bottle upside down. And that is to hit someone with the bottom of the bottle. Well, Your Honor. See how the caught fish squirms to the last. Well, Apollo?
Yes?
Your boss seems awfully concerned about this bottle still, but I'm sure you can come up with a suitable explanation. Just like that. Yeah, just like what? Why would anyone grab a bottle upside down other than to... Don't let him trick you into thinking his explanation is the only legitimate one. Is there really another? Take another look at the court record. I believe you'll find a simple answer there, in plain sight. How about you just say the answer in plain words? No. Okay. Justice won't leave until it's done. Okay, let's look at it. I don't see anything. There's nothing showing up. Am I stupid? I don't get it. Once again, I am stupid. Once again, I am stupid. What? Because they were in a thing? I'm guessing? It's actually easier to show than this plate, Your Honor. Place that bottle on the floor next to your chair. Excuse me? On the floor? Yes, now reach down and pick it up. Without getting out of your chair. Ah! Okay, yeah. See, you naturally go to pick the bottle up by its neck. Upside down! With your fingers upside down! Okay. Okay, that's fine. Lula's photograph taken by the night of the murder. The defendant and Mr. Wright sat here, playing piano, bottles of grape juice on the floor to the side of this piano bench. He would have naturally picked up the bottles upside down several times. Wow, I can't believe it was that simple. Recall our dinner that evening, Christoph. I was drinking my usual juice then, too. Basically, you used the bottle on the table to do the deed, but then you must have remembered. So you went and picked up one of the bottles from under the piano, and you switched the bottles. You took one of Mr. Wright's bottles and made it look like a murder weapon. That would explain why there's not a card in the bottle. Order, order, order! What do you have to say to these charges, Mr. Gavin? Fascinating. So this is a legendary attorney's famed tactic of misdirection. You're so I hate him. Oh, what? You claim that I switched the bottle. Where is your proof? Proof? Well, that's, as I thought, more baseless conjecture. I'm afraid your bottle of proof is quite empty. That's the whole point! I wouldn't be so sure about that. Your Honor, when you initiated the investigation of the hideout earlier, do you recall I requested an additional investigation? Ah, yes. I have your memo about that here. Retrieve the bottles from under the piano at the Borscht Bowl Club. And here's one of the bottles in question. What, are you going to dust that for fingerprints too? I'd be surprised if anywhere on that but his. Mr. Gavin probably wouldn't make such a novice mistake, true. That bottle won't bear a trace of anything. Say, Apollo. Yes! Why don't you go ahead and examine that bottle? But why? Just humor me. Mr. Wright, that bottle will solve this case once and for all. What? That's some bottle. Oh, yeah, there it is. There's the card. Yo, there's something inside the bottle. Ponk. Oh, I wanted to hear the cork go ponk. Wow, it's the 5 of Hearts. What's this? That card. It can't be. Recall that unpleasant woman's testimony for a moment. Miss Olga Orley. Yes, our little swindling Devolchka. That night I planted the card like I was supposed to, and Wright lost the last hand, just like he was supposed to. Then Smith searched him, but the planted card was gone. The trap failed. Oh, wait, this isn't... You're telling me that this is the planted card you disposed of? The one you mentioned in this piece of testimony. Happened to put my hand, I found a card, I put it in the bottle. We already read that. Hello. Can I see the back of it? The 5 of Hearts. This is a card. The bottles were swapped. And the only one who could have done that was the 4th person in the club that night. You, Mr. Christoph Gavin. Oh. Proper. Also the lobster. That's his breakdown? Come on, I want a proper breakdown.
Meh.
That is all. Oh. Is this your idea of revenge? Phoenix, right? Revenge? Revenge for the events that took away your attorney's badge 7 years ago? My past is like my logic. Straight into true. Nothing's changed. All I did was point the finger of justice in the proper direction. Fine. I'm glad we could have this little... I don't know how to pronounce that, sorry. Mano y mano.
This is insane. What about me? Don't I get to prosecute anyone?
You can prosecute Christoph. I believe this time we've finally come to the end of our trial. Mr. Payne, do you have any report on for us on Christoph Gavin?
He's admitted everything. We're processing his arrest now.
Good. I see. Still, one has to wonder why he would do such a thing. He didn't even have a connection to the victim, did he?
And none that we know of.
Mr. Wright, have you anything to add? I'm afraid I can't shed any more light on the matter. He wanted to get rid of Phoenix. He wanted to fully get rid of him. About this victim, Mr. Shady Smith. His occupation was listed as traveler. An odd profession to be sure, and that's all we know about him. I bet he was a smuggler of some kind.
I'll arrange a follow-up investigation, Your Honor.
Good. Mr. Wright. Yes? 7 years, and you still haven't lost your touch. Christoph Gavin was a man with much significance for me, both as a friend and a lawyer. He was extremely talented, to be sure. I needed 2 things before I could confront him. The first was a place where no injustice would be tolerated, this courtroom. The second was a man who would tolerate no injustice. In other words, a defense attorney. You, Apollo. Me? This is a dark time for our legal system. Ah, yes, the dark age of the law. A twisting of justice brought on by our very own initial trial system. We have to set it right. Mr. Wright. Our work lies ahead of us, and I, for one, am looking forward to it. Yay! I love you, Phoenix. Well, this seems like a good time to announce a verdict. This court finds the defendant, Mr. Phoenix Wright, not guilty. Wah, 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 wah. Yippee! Woo! Yippee! Bah. Court is adjourned. Wah. I want to play more, but I need to stop streaming, and I'm sad. I want to keep playing. I want to meet Piano Man. The man that's named after a fucking piano for some ungodly reason. Thanks, Apollo. You came through just like I thought you would. I'm pretty sure I didn't do a thing in there. It was you who cornered Mr. the killer. Couldn't have done it by myself. You sensed it too today, didn't you? Your ability. Ability? Yes, a sensitivity I lack. You'll come to understand it soon enough. Wait, I wonder if he means... I have one question for the witness then. You say you saw the moment the defendant hit the victim. Is this true? Of course it's true. What's this weird vibe? What was that, Mr. Wright? You'll have to find the answer to that question yourself. The answer, right. Today was full of questions without answers, most of them about Mr. Gavin. What possible reason could he have to commit murder? Perhaps you'll learn that in the days to come. Huh? Wait, you don't know, do you? This locket is the key. Huh? Oh, that reminds me, I met the girl whose picture is in your locket.
Juicy, 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 juicy.
Your daughter, right? That's right. She's my daughter. You know, you were right about this locket. Eh? I took this off his neck the night he died. But it looks like our dear Russian scam artist saw me. So the truth is, this locket really did belong to him.
Wait, but that's perjury!
You testified! You said that locket was yours! I said no such thing, actually. Huh? I merely said that it was a locket with my daughter's picture in it. A subtle distinction, but a distinction nonetheless. And it's the truth. Wait, but then, why? Why was the victim wearing a locket with a picture of your daughter inside it? Sometimes the straightest path to the truth isn't the best one. Give it time. What the fuck? What the fuck? You're still just getting started with your career. Speaking of which, I may be out of a job. I work for Gavin Law Offices after all. I still can't believe I just saw Mr. Gavin getting led away in handcuffs. Apollo. Yes? How about coming to work for me? Eh? You mean at the Wright & Co. Law Offices? I mean, there's not a single attorney in my generation that doesn't know it. I can't imagine that to be true, but... Wait, but didn't you... You're not a... Oh, I turned in my badge, yes. I'm not an attorney anymore. That incident 7 years ago. That legendary trial. And at the middle of it all was one man. Phoenix Wright. Do we get to know? The case reached its sad conclusion, and he left law for good. Okay, we don't actually know what happened. I mean, I know what happened, but kind of. Have you ever thought about coming back to the courts? I'm not qualified to stand in a court of law, I'm afraid. Didn't you notice in today's trial? There was a single piece of forged evidence.
Forged evidence? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about evidence that shouldn't have existed. A naughty magician's trick. Hey, one piece of evidence struck me as odd, it's true, and it seemed, well, too perfect. I'll bet this was the forged evidence. Is it the bloody ace? I assume it's the bloody ace. Yeah. I thought so. Unfortunately. Take that! You mean this, don't you? Got this from your daughter, mister. He just really, he's like, oh my god, he has a daughter? He has a kid? What the fuck? Yes, that card couldn't have been found at the crime scene. At the crime scene. Wait a minute. I want to know... No, we don't have Trucy's profile. Why? Because the killer took it with him when he left. Leaving the wrong card in its place, luckily for us. The court can't accept this evidence. It's a fraud! A fraud? How can you be so sure? I would think the only person who could claim it was fraud would be the one who took the real card from the crime scene. The real killer. Yeah, okay. Fair enough. My verdict was already handed down 7 years ago. He's just like, fuck it. Might as well just go all in on fabricating evidence, so they already convicted me. Then, you really... Yes, I forged this card. One look at the crime scene should have told you it wasn't real. But you can't do something like that and call yourself an attorney. He's not an attorney. Who's calling himself an attorney, Apollo? So it's true. The rumor is true. 7 years ago. None of that matters much now, does it? I punched him! It's your story from here on out, Apollo. Perhaps I can help you turn the next page. My office address. Drop in if you like. Mr. Wright. Oh, about your uppercut. Try yelling, "Take that!" next time. I find it packs a little more punch. And Apollo, thanks for today. I had a good time. And with that, Mr. Wright walked out the door. And that's how my first trial ended. A lot of mysteries went unsolved, and at the time, I had no idea they were all related. Every mystery that day, connected by a single thread of logic. I'd find that out soon enough. My name is Apollo Justice, attorney at law, and this is how my story begins. Yay! I'm Apollo Justice, I'm fine! And I'm EO Atlas, and I need to end the stream. Yes. Okay. No, return to menu. Oh, hey! Wait, I can't see. I see Emma there. Why is he not... He shows up in the... He's the prosecutor. The actual prosecutor always shows up in the second episode. Like, because the first one is a tutorial and it has pain, and then the second one introduces the new prosecutor. So why... whatever, who cares? It's probably just something. Oh no! I know what the third episode is. Okay, and there he is! I like Clav. He's cute. Okay, I need to end the stream. Alright! Oh, that's cool. I wanna watch the animation. To see! Okay, I need to end the stream and stop looking at that. Okay, There we go. Paused. Wait. I wanna pause it. Yes, there's Apollo. There he is. Okay. We can pause it looking at him. Okay, I should end the stream. It is time for me to end the stream. It is time for me to... Can I go to... whatever. Okay, so, I don't think anybody actually came to the stream, which is fine and normal because I am a very... Oh no, there's a few people watching. Hello. Thank you for watching me play this game because I have been wanting to play it for a while, and since it went on sale, I decided to buy it and stream it, and so hopefully I'll be streaming a little bit more often because I really want to keep playing this. Mostly because I want to get to the next game. Mostly because I really want to meet... I think it's the next game anyways. I really want to meet the prosecutor in the next game. For reasons. So, thank you all for watching. I will hopefully try to put some VODs up of, my last couple streams eventually, because I do have the VODs saved. I just need to actually upload them, even though my first near stream had really shitty audio quality. But yes. I don't know how to end a stream. Thank you for watching. I will hopefully be back sometime soon. Goodbye, and I love all of you. Mwah! And also, I need a proper ending screen because I don't have one. Whoops. I will try to make that soon. Yay! Good night. It's only like 5 p.m. here, but good night! I tried to mute my microphone and I muted the music instead. Oops.